yesterday. Omar Norman Lott kind of rising up the boards a little bit. We'll talk about him, the defensive lineman from Tennessee. That's coming up next. But this one's for you, Babsy. The Bengals have signed former Titans quarterback Logan Woodside to a one-year deal.
There's my guy. Look, he's just hanging in there.
He's 30. He just turned 30.
Good job, Logan.
All right, more 3HL coming up as we
backup ever.
Continue to broadcast live from Twin Peaks and Rivergate. We'd love to see you out here. We'll be here until 6 o'clock on 104.5 The Zone.
As a customer of Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville, I would love to recommend them to you. I promise you'll love the entire experience. And I want to tell you a little bit about Pella. Founded in 1925, so guess what? They are turning 100 years old this year. Lifetime warranties on all of their products, and on top of it, Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville backs up their own work with a 10-year labor warranty, which is leading in the industry. You don't believe me? Just go check out Google reviews. 4.9 with a ton of Google reviews. A lot of people talk about the quality of the product, the craftsmanship, the process of installation, and how great the people are at Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. I also want to point out that they're much more affordable than you would expect, especially with the Dawn deal they got going on for April. And this is a really good one. 55% off qualifying installations and no interest if paid in full within 12 months. No promo payments due, plus an additional $250 off of your project. Just schedule your free consultation online. Tell them to give you the Dawn deal. PellaNashville.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasting live from Twin Peaks in Rivergate. We will be here until 6 o'clock. They got cold beer here.
You said it just like
you brought that up the other day. Yeah, that's
cold beer.
That's like Southern frat boy cold beer.
So usually
give me
like
a cold beer.
Cold drink. Give me a
it's
cold
like
drink.
one word.
Yeah, cold beer.
Cold beer.
Cold drink.
That's right. Titans.
It's a South thing, people.
Titans dropped 6 players. You got them?
I do. You want me to list them?
Yeah.
I mean, might as well.
Okay, well, get the major league drops ready.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You haven't heard of any of these guys?
No. I mean, some of them. But defensive tackle, McTelvin. Oh, these are waived. McTelvin, Agim.
Age them, I think.
Guard, Logan Bruss. Defensive tackle, Isaiah Aiton. Defensive back, Jervarius Owens. Contract terminated. Linebacker Curtis Bolton. Wide receiver Stanley Morgan Jr. There you go. There are your 6.
Jackson produces the show back at the world famous Music Row. Stanley Morgan's like on his way to go get some milk at the grocery store.
Yeah.
This guy's dead.
Sorry, Stanley.
Yeah, he might as well go work for Stanley Morgan.
He gone.
Stanley Steamer.
Darn, man.
Oh,
that was
man.
tough, Jackson, but that was funny.
Guys. That was great.
That was funny. Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford, joins us now. Coach, NFL Draft 1 week from tomorrow. Here we go.
Yeah, it's here. I'm ready. I just got my Excel spreadsheet on my phone for the draft board. We'll have it printed out sooner or later. But anyway, it's time.
Titans Radio will be all
On your
over that
phone.
thing.
Look at you, just
Thursday,
jump
Friday,
into
and
the
Saturday.
next century, huh?
I know.
I like the handmade board.
I can watch tape. I can write it up, but I've got a lot of help getting it on that Excel spreadsheet. I promise.
I don't even know how to work one of those.
I hate them.
All right, let's talk about some of these guys.
Yeah, Coach, let's start with wide receiver Jaden Higgins from Iowa State. Caught 87 balls last year, over more than 1,100 yards, receiving 9 touchdowns. He went for 7 receptions, 115 yards against Arizona State in the Big 12 championship game. His name has popped up in the second round on some of these mock drafts. Have you taken a look at him?
Absolutely. Let me look at the Coach Mack and Rhett spreadsheet here that I just got on the Excel that's done very professionally. Yeah, we got him in the second pod. 6'4", 215, 4'7", 80-inch wing. He's a big, long guy. 153 in the 10, which is really good for a guy that's that height. 39-inch vertical, 10-foot plus broad jump. I got him in the second round. They got 2 really good receivers there at Iowa State. This is the bigger receiver. He's a guy that's down the field, a combat catcher, but he's also he's a pretty nuanced route runner for the inside the numbers stuff. So Jaden Higgins got him in the second round. I think he'd be an excellent second round pick.
That's who your mock draft.
Yeah, I took him yesterday, Coach Mack, so don't worry. I got him.
Good draft. Good job.
Here was my draft yesterday. If I can,
good job.
Yeah, if I can find it, I'll relay my draft.
Well, I believe if Don says it, I believe it.
Here it is, Coach. Real quick before we go any further. Cam Ward, number 1. Then I've got Jaden Higgins in the second round. In the fourth round, I go Oladejo, the edge rusher from UCLA. I grabbed Kyle Williams, the wide receiver from Washington State, in the fourth round. Moving to the fifth round, Trevor Etienne, the running back from Georgia. Then I go Seth McLaughlin, the center from Ohio State, in the fifth round. In the sixth, Cameron Jackson from Florida, defensive lineman. And then safety R.J. Mickens from Clemson in the seventh round. You know what grade they gave me, Coach Mack?
What did they give you?
A.
Turn that draft card in.
I'm telling you, man. Draft A2, starring Brent Doherty.
Turn the card.
Coach Mack.
Just turn that draft card in. That's a nice job by you.
Let me go with another wide receiver who's probably not going to be there at 35, but I'm curious to get your take on him. Igbuka from Ohio State, 81 receptions. Just one 100-yard game, but obviously there was another pretty good playmaker playing wide receiver at Ohio State last year.
Yes.
Named Jeremiah Smith, who would have gone in the top 5 probably this year had he been able to come out. But what do you see from Igbuka?
So he's a first-round player. I got him in the middle to the late first round. This is a very accomplished receiver. The other thing is he's done it against the highest of competition. This guy he's a producer. 6'1", 202, 4.46. Got great lower body explosion, 38-inch vertical jump. I've got him in the middle or the late first round. I really like this receiver. This is a guy that will come in and will be ready-made to play from the jump in the National Football League.
Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford. We've got 2 of these before the draft, so we will. Coach Mack, I'll go ahead and tell you, next Wednesday we'll hit those top 4 players that everybody thinks are the top 4 players and maybe a couple other quarterbacks. But that'll be next week. Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford.
Coach Mack, I keep throwing his name out here. Hopefully he can somehow kind of find his way into the Titans team.
Yeah.
Shamar Stewart, edge guy.
You like him out of Texas A&M, yeah.
Yeah, look, this is a traits guy. This guy's got all kind of traits to him. Everybody, not everybody. When you talk to people and then you put the tape on, this guy has got traits. I mean, in every avenue that you want. You just don't have the production numbers. But when you really look at the Texas A&M defense, there's a lot of times when he's not just on a pure edge. I mean, traits like this, if you can sit down with the player and visit with him and go over the tape and find out what are you thinking, what are you asked to do here, do you think you can finish a little more here? I agree with you, Ron. There's traits there that you've got to like.
Yeah, and let's stay in the edge category. You get an opportunity to look at the young guy Landon Jackson out of Arkansas.
Yeah, Landon Jackson helped himself a lot, Ron, because when you watch him play, he was playing at 290, which is a little bit too big. Now he goes down to the Senior Bowl. He's not quite that heavy, but still at the Senior Bowl, the only thing that you would look at when you're watching him is because of his height, he plays tall. He'll stand up and play tall. Now, he did some really hard work, some real beneficial work from that time to the time that he went to the Combine, because he put up some really, really good testing numbers at the Combine. Yeah. He plays hard. This guy is a big effort guy. I think right now I think that he will probably be a better professional player for a lot of different reasons. One reason being, it looks like he's gotten with somebody that's figured out that it's not how much you weigh, it's how you carry the weight and how much better you move. And plus, he just needs to learn how to. I mean, you're a tall guy. Everybody knows that. You got to be able to lower your center of gravity when you're moving. Yeah, and that's what he's got to work on. But I like his game.
Yeah, that being at your core, being able to get them hips low, exploding out of it, that's huge for tall guys. When watching him, man, one thing that you could never question was his motor. So to your point,
that's right. There you go. Yeah, I mean, you're spot on with that. I mean, you really are, because you don't question the effort. What you question, and there were times, and it happened down in Mobile watching him early on, because you're that tall, especially when you're playing along the line of scrimmage, especially defensively, you want to stand up and look over the top of people to see what's happening. Mm-hmm. And what happens then is you negate your length, because now people can get into your body. When he stays, as you said, at that lower center of gravity with his knees bent, you never question the effort with this guy.
Last one for me, Coach Mack. This guy right here, I didn't watch him all season long, but, man, I did watch him kind of prepping for them to play against Tennessee. The edge, Jack Sawyer, Columbus guy, Ohio State guy.
You did like him.
Yeah, man. I like him from the pregame. Like
you said, he was a dog on the field. Very obvious who the dog was.
Hey, Coach Mack, when you talk about lighting a match up under somebody and getting that fire going, he was doing that not only for himself but for his teammates in that game. And I'm standing in the opposite end zone on the field watching them warm up. I'm like, hey, man, I don't know who this dude is, but somebody in trouble. They got to go up against him.
Well, you were watching it right. I mean, he's a guy. He reminds me a little bit of kind of the mindset, and especially of what you're mentioning is the way that Kyle Vanden Bosch used to play.
Yeah.
I mean, Vanden Bosch would be spitting nails before the game.
Yeah.
I mean, he was ready to go, and you couldn't hardly control. This is a big dude. This is a big, violent dude. Not super bendy off the edge, but a speed to power dude. And then I mean, he's going to come at your face on that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he bad intentions, Coach Mack. He got bad intentions every time.
Well, and it's good intentions if he's on your side.
Right.
And so
Right.
I like him, and you're right. I mean, he is a guy that's going to play in the National Football League. And now where he's going to play, I mean, he could probably slide down inside too, because this is a big man.
Right.
Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford, rolling through some of the draft prospects as the NFL draft is a week from tomorrow. We'll be all over it. Titans Radio will be all over it. We will be broadcasting live from Nissan Stadium. Davenport? I
got real excited when I saw one of the Titans' top 30 visits was Cam Scattaboo. From Arizona State, caught 45 balls, 1,711 yards, 21 touchdowns. Just seems like a versatile back. But what do you think about his tape?
Yeah, he's a workhorse. You know, he was first 2 years he spent at Sac State. You know, out in California, spent at Sac State. Then when he transferred to Arizona State, he kind of burst on the scene and kind of jumped out in front of everybody, and kept at it. He was really. I mean, look. This guy was a big reason why they were in the playoffs. I mean, a huge reason. Not only running 5'10", 219 pounds, now 38.5 vertical and a little over 10-foot broad jump. He's got lower body explosion. I mentioned he's 5'10", 219. He's built low to the ground. He's very powerful. He's very powerful in the lowers. He's got really, really good contact balance, and he's a violent runner. He is a violent runner. The thing that is, I've got him listed as a fourth-round player, and the reason is he runs a 4.65. He's 4.65, but also he can catch the football. He can catch the football. He's a three-down back. I've got him in the third day, and he's going to make somebody a pretty decent addition in the third day, in my opinion.
Third day.
And that's something. He did catch 45 balls last year, as you guys mentioned. So kind of do everything guy. Running back Jordan James from Oregon, coach, 1,267 yards, 15 touchdowns. Very productive guy. And against that really good run defense that Michigan put out on the field, he had 117 yards against them and a touchdown.
Well, this is another guy. I mean, this is another third-day guy that's a pretty good he's from Oakland High School, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's an Oakland kid. He's so 5'10", 210, again 4.55, low built, power runner. Ran a 1.6210, which is a good get off for him. What he is, he's a relentless runner. He's a workhorse guy. He doesn't catch the ball. He doesn't catch the ball as well as Scattaboo does. I mean, right. Scattaboo's got some definite. You can see his hands on tape. I mean, they did not throw the ball. And Jordan James at Oregon, they had a pretty good rotation of backs that they used. But Jordan James, I have it again, a third-day guy, probably a fourth or a fifth-round guy that is a solid football player. This running back group, guys, starting out, you're going to be able to run through the third day and find some guys that are going to make squads in the National Football League. But they're both very similar built. Scattaboo's a little bit thicker. James is a little bit faster.
Do you think that it might make sense to go after a guy in the draft that maybe is a little different than running back one and running back two?
That's normally what you do if you're going to add to your running back stable through the draft. You know what you have on your roster, and then if there's somebody that has traits that are a little bit different but can complement those guys, a lot of times that's the way you add to that backfield.
Yeah.
Coach Mack, a guy that seems to be getting a lot of recognition right now before the draft swings around, from Tennessee, D-tackle Omar Norman Lott. Now, I know you just talked about that with my guy coming off the edge out of Texas A&M. with Shamar Stewart, but Omar Norman Lott is another guy, not a lot of high reps because of the substitution on that pattern with the defensive line. What's your thoughts on him and what you're hearing? Or what your thoughts?
First of all, Ron, you're right. And the guy that ought to get a part of all of these guys' signing bonuses, just like Jim Washburn used to be here, is Rodney Gardner. Mm-hmm. Because here's the deal. Omar Norman Lott, when you watch it, first of all, that Tennessee front, the reason, and you guys know, but I'm just, this is for our listeners, didn't watch every Tennessee game. They rotated about a dozen guys on that defensive front. But they did it on purpose so those guys could just go. But he expects them to be in there and go. 6'2", 291. Here's the one thing I want to point out on this guy. If you watch him, he's got really, really violent hands. And that's a big plus for a guy that plays down in there. A 10 3/4 inch hands. He's got bear paws. He's got big old mitts. And he's got, plus, even at 6'2", he's got nearly an 81-inch wingspan. So even though he's not the tallest guy, he's got elite reach. He's got elite reach. He knows how to use his arms. He ran a 5.05 40, at the combine. 31-inch vertical jump. I've got him as a third-down player. He's the guy that's going to come in. He'll be an immediate rotational defensive tackle, probably at a 3 technique. A rotational 3 technique, which means he'll be lined up on the outside shoulder of the guard to wherever the tight end is set. You get him one-on-one, he's going to win a whole lot of one-on-one. And you're 100% correct in saying this. His motor is nonstop. I like this player, but I like his initial punch, and I like his violence with his aim.
Violence with the hands. I love that. Also some explosion, as you mentioned, 31.5-inch vertical jump and coach a 9.5 broad jump. So those are some of the things, quick twitch-wise, that you look for in big players like that to go along with that 5.05 40.
No, absolutely. And I like the player. And as I say, when you watch that Vols team play this year and concentrated on what they did on the defensive side of the football, especially up front, it starts with they're very, very well coached. They're they're extremely, extremely aggressive, and you can tell that they are expected to run until the tank's empty, and then they'll put another one in there. And that's the way he plays, and that's the way you need to play up front.
Coach, when we have you on again, it'll be a day away from the NFL draft. Always appreciate your expertise and love communicating with you. Love you, man.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you a lot. Talk to you. See you.
All right,
Thanks,
there he
Coach
is.
Mack.
Coach Mack, presented by Two Rivers Ford. When we come back, I want to jump in to get your take on something that Zach and Blaine brought up with regard to the 30 visits.
What'd he say?
And maybe a direction that they may go with the current roster. We'll talk about that when we come back. Also, we do have the Cam Ward talking football on his Fortnite stream last night. We'll play that. Slay hasn't heard it. We'll do that at 4 o'clock. All that coming up. Stay tuned. 3HL broadcasting live from Twin Peaks in Rivergate. We'll be here until 6 o'clock on 104.5 The Zone. Man, we had a lot of rain the last couple of weeks, and I know a lot of y'all are unfortunately dealing with waterproofing issues. I've got the company that you need to call because they're going to help you out. United Structural Systems, they're the best in the business. USS, keeping homes dry and stable. Check them out while I talk with you about them online. USSTN.com is the website. That's USSTN.com. And some of the symptoms you may be looking for: standing water in your crawl space. Yep, United Structural Systems, you need to call them. Musty odors, floor joists with wood rot, cracks in your basement floors, hardwood floors cupping. Your house may be trying to tell you something. Putting off a moisture issue in your home is bad for your health and could lead to more expensive repairs down the road. Call the company that does it the absolute best, USS, USSTN.com. Over 30,000 100% satisfied residential customers. Homeowners trust USS. You can too. USS, keeping homes dry and stable. We guarantee our best. Call USS, serving Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, and Western Kentucky. Call them 615-488-7855 or online, USSTN.com. 3HL 104.5 The Zone, bringing the noise to Rivergate. Baby, we'll be here until 6 o'clock at Twin Peaks. Need to come check out the cold beer. 29.7 degrees. No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, they have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers, handcrafted whiskey, cocktails, round out an adventurous drink menu, second to none. And don't forget about the 29-degree draft beers, which is exactly what it is right now.
And also, the food is really good.
Food is incredible.
I mean,
like if Mr. Babs was like, hey, let's go to Twin Peaks, I'm like, I'm in. Let's go. Steak salad. Come on.
Babs got the steak salad. She loves the steak salad here. I got the Caesar salad with grilled chicken. That thing, though.
Yeah, I went Italian, flatbread, extra cheese, extra sauce, no crushed red pepper.
What? Can you ever just be a simple order? Oh, look, and her sauce, extra sauces come inside of broccoli.
And I'm trying to get some extra cheese. Look, yeah, never in my life.
Why you got to have all the extras?
Because I'm extra, Babsy.
To Babs' question, when's the last time you ever ordered something off the menu as is?
Never. I can't remember. Something's getting taken out or something's getting added.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's usually added.
Yeah, most definitely.
Usually added.
As long as there ain't no carrots in it.
Or extra sauce.
No, that's every single time.
Yeah.
Extra sauce. Even if I'm not going to use all the sauce, I still need extra.
You like options.
Just in
case. It's like life.
Like I want to use some of the sauce on the broccoli.
It's not meant for the broccoli.
I know, but
what is it? Is it bourbon teriyaki you like?
Yes. Oh, it's amazing, too.
I like it, too. It's
Get
good.
that on their grilled wings, y'all. Get the wings cooked just a little bit more. Woo!
See?
There
Wings
you go.
cooked just a little bit more. Chef Slay.
Tell you.
Every kitchen in Nashville knows when you come to order.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Slay must be here.
Somebody
Slay's
get
here.
extra.
Oh, extra sauce? Is that Slay?
Yeah.
3HL powered by Ferguson Home. Discover the Mount Juliet showroom at 401 South Mount Juliet Road. Ferguson Home, where it all comes together. FergusonHome.com. We were out there on Monday. Had a great time visiting with Anna and her crew. And it was fun.
Great time. Y'all go. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Everybody that's on the chat, that's watching the live stream, you guys are going to really love the commercials we put together. I just
like the video.
Yeah.
Video commercials.
Oh, yeah. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. What other kind of commercials?
Well, audio commercials,
It's
during
radio.
breaks and
It is
stuff.
radio.
Yeah.
Ain't it?
This thing we do.
That's right. Thought we was on TV.
How long you been here? 4 years?
I guess so, y'all. Just hanging in there.
Wait, it is 4 years. It's April.
Going in April. Yep. 4 years. Yeah, today.
Is it today?
I think I'd say it's
Might as
somewhere
well
like
be
April
today.
1st. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Nah, it's today.
That
Happy
was
anniversary,
official.
Slay.
Yeah, thank y'all. But I really saw like in
It's
December.
our anniversary.
That was the worst kept secret ever that Slay was going to join the Zone because you literally were on every show.
4 months straight.
Like one of the shows every day for like 4 months.
Yep. But then I just nestled in by you guys.
Nestled on in. Just felt like home.
Yep. Didn't want to move.
And so I did a show with you, and then I called Babs, or did I call you or text you after?
No, you called me.
I thought, yeah, I called. I was like, oh, this is it right here, man.
I know. I'm like, why are you calling me? We always text.
What are you calling me for?
And so Babs being Babs, she's like, well, what about his football knowledge?
Yeah. Then me and Babsy had to do a show solo.
Yep.
Well, we got some kind of school session going on
Yeah,
here.
a little internship. Hey, everybody.
Oh, they're training.
Oh, okay.
That's a
there's
new
like-
crop.
There's like 30 of them.
I would love to check their notebooks to see what they've written down.
What they wrote down.
I know they ain't took no real notes.
I don't think I want to check it.
I know it ain't nothing.
I'll pass.
I know it
So,
ain't nothing in that notebook.
listen to cover two, driving out here to Rivergate, and Zach and Blaine hit on something really interesting. I thought it was interesting that they were kind of going through the 30 visits and said, obviously, wide receiver heavy, but the next biggest group, defensive tackles, which I thought was interesting because when you look at the depth chart, Tavondre said Jeffrey Simmons, Keandre Coburn. Whoa, you okay over there?
Yeah.
Sebastian Joseph Day, like you're pretty good there with 5 guys that you could roll out with and play right now.
No, you can go get busy. That's one of your groups that you can lean on that got experience and everything.
So why take such a strong look at defensive tackles? They brought 5 of them out of the 30 visit.
Because maybe they're trying to scrap everything and really start from scratch, y'all.
What if Big Jeff gets traded?
I
mean, at the very least, they're doing their due diligence here.
saying this a lot. Well, this might be about 2 months.
So Zach said, "Give me a second and a third-round pick, and I'll move Big Jeff." Would you do it for a second and a third? You've been trying to get that third back.
I need the third for anything.
Which was J.C. Sneed.
Yeah, with Will Levis, anything. I'm getting any of that.
Yeah, you're probably not getting a third for Will, but
I know. I'm just saying what I'm trying to get.
Big Jeff is the face of the franchise right now.
Absolutely, no question about it. Is he happy or unhappy?
3 years left on his deal.
I know he's unhappy.
2 years in a row, 2.5 years.
I know he's very unhappy. I wouldn't
Injuries,
be surprised if he has
banged up,
already
beat
talked
up.
about another option for himself. I just, man, we talk about it all the time, though. What position is so hard to find, right?
Yep.
Quarterback and guys that get to the quarterback.
But if you're going to rebuild, why not just burn the whole ship down? Right?
Well, and also, I mean, if you look at
acquire draft picks, that's what they said they wanted. They said they wanted a lot of draft capital
And make a guy happy.
and if you look at his production last year, I know he played hurt the last 2 years.
See?
I mean, you can make the argument there that we can move forward.
This will be the reason right here. That'll be the reason that I'll be knocking at the door if I'm Big Jeff. Because of stuff like that.
Like Mr. Roper?
Because of me saying bringing up production?
Yep, and it's not his fault. I mean,
No,
because of what you prefaced it by. Saying he's hurt.
And lack of people around him, too.
Bingo, Babsy. Now you're in my neighborhood.
I mean, I've been in your neighborhood. I'm just pointing out that you can absolutely look at that production and say,
Well, why haven't I
When was
heard a
she-
knock at my door?
When was she in your neighborhood
we
last time?
can
We've
part
been
with
waiting
him.
for you.
Mr. Roper.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Kurt. There you go. Three's Company, Babsy. Three's Company.
I was in that.
I just gave that
Were you?
reference.
Or, no, my mom was in that. Mom was in that, yeah.
Buff was in Three's Company?
Buff was in Three's Company, yeah.
What? Doing what?
Doing
Yeah.
what?
I don't know. It wasn't like a
First
No,
off,
any role in that is a good role.
no, it was
baby.
like one episode like extra
That's cool.
roles.
Because it ain't a lot of extras walking around in Three's Company.
No.
Buff was it. I can't wait to talk to Buff. I'm going to start messaging her on Facebook.
was she one of Jack Tripper's like lady interest friends?
I don't remember
Could've been from Mr.
actually.
Roper.
When you said it the first time, I said Mr. Roper.
did say
Who's
it.
knocking at the door.
I'll have to ask her.
Only two guys.
Jeffrey Simmons in the last three, he played 16 of the 17 games last year, 12 the year before, 15 of the 17 the year before that. Let's see, 12, 13, 18 sacks in the last 3 seasons.
From the D-tackle spot.
But are we grading him on sacks?
No, you can't.
Or
you can't.
disruption?
That's what his main thing is, disruption. Because remember, before, God, what's the coach name? Kind of tweaked this game, and he started focusing in on trying to get more sacks. He was just hella disruptive. Just getting in the backfield. Who? Terrell Williams. Great coach that tweaked this game a little bit, that allowed him to start being able to go back there and get sacks. And they also started moving him around where he could be more disruptive and get sacks. So, man, that's a big piece right there, man. And I would hate to see Big Jeff go.
Second and a third round pick. Would you do it?
I probably would.
Frees up
It
money,
depends
too.
where. I'm gonna talk to Big Jeff too and see where we're gonna get you to. I think that's key in it. That's huge.
So I texted Zach about the visits. Omar Norman Lott was one. Vernon Broughton from Texas. T.J. Sanders from South Carolina. Cam Jackson from Florida. Darius Alexander from Toledo. And then also big Elijah Simmons. Where did he play high school football?
Pearl Fibers. How you do that?
That guy is going to make a roster. I'm
Yes,
telling
he
you. They had him on the local pro day. So that's the 5.
Let me ask y'all this.
Or actually, that's 6.
If this is the conversation, how would you feel if Big Jeff went to them and asked them?
For a trade? I would think he's already done that. Wouldn't you?
Like where you at?
I mean,
Three's Company too.
So y'all
because-
are saying he was knocking on the door? Miss Amy?
Maybe they was knocking on his
no,
door.
but this is why. Think
tea
about it,
leaves.
okay? I don't care what the Titans do in this draft.
Yep.
Acquire more draft picks, whatever. It doesn't matter what they do in this draft. There are still going to be massive holes in this team. Now,
Agreed.
I'm all about Cam Ward. I think they hit on Cam Ward. I think then they can get to where they need to be.
That's right.
Not this year, but maybe next year. If Cam Ward's a success, right? You can fill the rest of the holes within a year or two, right?
No question.
How old is Big Jeff? We just talked about
27, be 28 in June.
28 in
July,
June.
something like it.
At the prime of his career. Is he going to wait? Is he going to want to wait for you to rebuild this team and have a chance? And what if it's not 2 years? What if it's 3?
And
he's under contract for 3 years. I know that.
But then you're all of a sudden in a different position.
And looking at the track record of them building a team, it hasn't been stellar.
All right, when we come back, we've got more for you from Twin Peaks and Rivergate. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. Also, if you come by, scan the QR code at Bob's Table. Your chance to win Metallica tickets, AC/DC tickets, Nashville SC against Chicago tickets. He's got T-shirts over there while they last. And we'll be here again until 6 at Twin Peaks and Rivergate. When we come back, we'll play for Slay. Some of this Cam Ward talking football on his Fortnite stream last night. One thing's definitely going to get him. And Zeph's got some information coming out of UCLA reporting with regard to Nico Iamaleava, reportedly headed to UCLA. But is he? We'll talk about that next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Want to tell you about Ferguson Home, FergusonHome.com, the presenting sponsor of 3HL. We love this company. We love partnering our brand with theirs, and you need to partner your home with them as well. 401 South Mount Juliet Road, the new location in Providence Marketplace, Powell Avenue in Nashville, New Salem Road in Murfreesboro, West Dunbar Cave Road in Clarksville, Lovers Lane in Bowling Green. Hinkley Lighting. We checked out some Hinkley Lighting while we were there the other day. Inspiring radiance in 2025 with exceptional lighting and ceiling fan products that are superior in design and quality. Hinkley does a great job. You'll be blown away. Literally by the ceiling fan. For those contractors out there, interior designers and multiple project managers, discover a new way to shop at Ferguson Home. Stop into the showroom, any of the showrooms, and see and feel what you're looking for before the installation. Ferguson Home has the largest selection of products and the top brands to help you finish with a finished product that your client will love. Bring your vision to Ferguson Home where it all comes together. FergusonHome.com.
All right, parents, put your kids on the phone. Let me talk to them for a second. Or put the ear by the radio. All right, Uncle Slay got you. This is what I want you to do. Go write this number down. 615-242-9000. I'll give you an opportunity to get pencil, paper, pen, pad, phone up, notepad out, whatever you got to do. 615-242-9000. Store that number in. And this is what I'm telling you. You're probably a first-time driver out here on this road. Now, rules that you need to know. This is coming from my guy, Bart Durham. Keep that gas tank full and that number I gave you on speed dial. Why? Because you never know when an accident may happen. You need Bart Durham Injury Law on speed dial because I understand exactly what can happen and who can be there to fight for you. Now, if you're ever in a wreck, you need someone who got your back. That's exactly what Blair and the team at Bart Durham Injury Law do. They take care of everything from the moment you call to getting you compensation you deserve. So say this number, 615-242-9000, just in case.
Good afternoon. It is 4:02. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from Twin Peaks. Colin Coward reporting earlier today that former Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava is going to UCLA after entering the transfer portal. Coward said that the family still claims it was not about the NIL money, but it was in fact about the Tennessee football offense. No NIL value has been reported yet, but a Bruins report online has stated that it is well below the reported asking price. The Titans cut 6 players today, including linebacker Curtis Bolton, wide receiver Stanley Morgan, defensive tackle McTelvin Agim, defensive tackle Isaiah Aiton, defensive back Javarius Owens, and guard Logan Bruss. For a foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. We are out and about Twin Peaks, and Rivergate is where we are, where the beer is cold and the food is outstanding and great. And you got all your sauces and all your extra cheeses. And
I'm beautiful over here.
You are indeed. 3HL powered by Ferguson Home. Discover the Mount Juliet showroom at 401 South Mount Juliet Road in Providence Marketplace. Ferguson Home, where it all comes together. FergusonHome.com. Check them out for all of your fixture needs, home improvement needs, all those things. Dawn Davenport is here, y'all.
What up?
What up, Babsy?
Let's go. Happy Wednesday to ya.
That's right.
Making it through. We are exactly 8 days away
Zeph, I'm going to go ahead and
from the NFL draft.
I'm going to give Zeph a little warning to stop filling your face, because I'm going to ask you something here in a second.
Stop stuffing your mouth, Zeph.
Heads up, Zephyr.
Hard to do that here at Twin Peaks. Food is incredible. Slay Dog is here, y'all.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building. Yeah.
I was starting to admire how delicately and evenly you were doing the extra Parmesan cheese on your Italian flatbread, and then you got to a certain point and you just started dumping it all on there.
Nah, because then that's why they give the good Lord gave us fingers.
Oh my gosh!
So
or utensils.
Yeah,
Meh.
fingers are better.
You got a knife right there.
Hey,
Whatever
and a
works.
fork.
what do you think Adam was using in the garden? Fingers.
You went there.
All right.
You went straight to the garden.
I mean, hey, food's there.
Garden of Eden.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen.
There's a place in Key West called the Garden of Eden. It's interesting.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah,
I bet.
There's a clothing option.
Wait,
with that
isn't
place.
it? Yeah, I heard about that.
My kind of place.
Yeah.
I might have been there with your husband.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
We were fully clothed. Let me go ahead and say
That
Let me go ahead and say that.
Might want to fill us in.
is who I heard about it from.
All right, cool. Yeah, man.
Anyway.
Interesting conversations going on so far, man. Like I like where we are. It's only going to get better the closer we get to the draft. I did go back home and thought about it for a second and said maybe, just maybe, I'll come around to Bab's little corner and your corner, where you're excited about the draft.
The Cam Ward corner.
Maybe. If they can hype me up, if I can keep getting messages like this about Cam, if I can keep hearing stuff about Big Jeff, maybe. Just know it's a lot of holes that need to be filled, and there's only one way to do that. Got to have some capital. And I don't know if we got the capital yet. So that's why I'm waiting.
I mean, that's what Zach was talking about. If you trade Big Jeff, he said he would do it for a second and third round pick. I'm trying to give you draft capital. You were kind of non-committal there.
Listen, I would hate to see him leave.
Me too. Anybody would.
But at the same time, I don't want him to have to go through what we're about to go through for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Because he's already went through it for 2.5 years.
So if they're going
1 year?
Maybe.
So if they're going into a black hole and Big Jeff's able to eject out of the spaceship.
Let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll continue. We'll wave at him. Oh, you want me to go down with the ship?
Did y'all see the theory?
No, I just selfishly want him here.
I do too. Me, absolutely. I do
me too.
I do too.
But a second and a third round pick, that's enticing.
And I selfishly want him here if the offense can not go 3 and out and score points on the other side, and they can get him like one piece with Sweat to help him.
Got to go find him some help.
That's what I want to see.
Like, it can't just – they've bolstered the offensive line. We don't know what's going on in the wide receiver room yet.
That ain't bolstered.
Cam Ward had something to say about that on
running backs are fine.
On Fortnite last night. We're going to get to.
Well, good.
Before we get to that, Zeph's got some news from 24/7 Sports. We had the report earlier that it looked like Nico Iamaleava was headed to UCLA, and now there's some reporting from the UCLA side of things.
Well, so there
Hang on, Jackson.
So there have been multiple reports that are confirming this, that he's expected to go to UCLA. David Ubben from The Athletic. Obviously, Colin Cowherd was the first. But this from from 24/7 Sports and their Transfer Portal Palooza live stream that they're doing today about a report from Bruin Report Online.
Adam, sorry to start off our segment by throwing you for a loop. We've just been tracking everything that is happening today with Nico Iamaleava, and we have a little bit of news to report here. According to Tracy Pearson of Bruin Report Online, UCLA has an NIL offer out to the Tennessee transfer quarterback that is well below the reported asking price. Industry insiders don't think that UCLA will get him with the offer, but right now there aren't many other viable offers on the table for him. Brad, I'll let you react to this first. What do you think?
We can react.
So what I would do is, since they going all the way to the threshold, like, why stop if your Nicos count? You know what I tell them? Nope, we cool. We're going to sit out this year and train. Y'all can get back to seeing us in the pajamas doing 7-on-7. We'll be backloaded. And we can start this whole process over again.
So you would just sit out the year?
Might as well, yo. Like, what are we doing? Tell me what we're doing. Somebody tell me what we're doing. Because we're not doing anything but going backwards. Like, when have they stood still and just settled in or taken a step forward? I haven't seen it.
We kept talking about figure out what the market value is. This was before he left Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And so he gets bad advice, whatever the situation is. He doesn't go to practice. Heupel's like, all right, nobody's bigger than the Power T.
Yep.
He's gone.
See you bye.
Now the market has been set again.
Yep. On
apparently.
Him. Just his market.
So they just keep disagreeing with what the market is.
Yeah, it's not even the market. It's his
That's
market.
bad legal advice or financial advice, whatever it is.
So it's funny you talk about them going backwards. So in that Cowherd report, Cowherd said that the family said it was because of the Tennessee offense last year that they wanted out, not because of the
They started
NIL
talking
dispute.
today, yes.
And that's not, if you believe.
Give me a break.
If you believe that, then
you would have been out in the December portal.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
you wouldn't have waited.
They're saying that they said that they would make some changes to the offense, and then they get to spring practice, and there have been no changes to the offense.
That's
they gave Mike Matthews a big NIL deal. They signed 2 transfer portal offensive linemen. No changes, though.
Gave you another weapon in the Boo Carter on offense.
That and the number 1 offensive tackle in
that too. I forgot about that one. Yeah.
I mean,
no
honestly,
changes.
they needed to do that regardless of who the quarterback is.
Anyways,
that's right.
Looking at UCLA in 2024, this from Jason Swain over at our sister station in Knoxville.
They were a disaster.
In 2024, UCLA's offense was 3rd from last in the Big Ten, averaging just 18.3 points per game, 4th from last, averaging 328.8 yards per game, while Tennessee's offensive scheme has been the same since 2021, and most of the issues from last year's offense were from Nico, not necessarily the offense.
You could point to different things.
Yep.
Now, I'm not going to play into the whole Tennessee narrative of he's horrible and whatever.
I'm not either.
I mean, he was
beat Florida and Alabama.
It was not
and I don't care if they were bad.
Offensive issues were not all on Nico.
No, but he contributed to it just like the receivers
exactly.
did. Just like the
offensive line did. Yeah.
But
here's the other thing. Like, people wanted to push back on me saying, well, he was your quarterback that beat Florida and Alabama. That's got to mean something as a Tennessee person. And the pushback was, well, Florida wasn't any good and Alabama wasn't any good. Alabama was almost in the playoff. There was debate about Alabama being in the playoff.
Yeah.
And they don't win that game without his play in the second half. That throw on the sideline, the run, come on.
Agreed.
The plays made now.
But, like, how do you look at what UCLA did last year and what Tennessee did last year and be like, oh, yeah, it was because of the offense?
Oh, well, now they're just screwed.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, Urban Meyer wants to say that Tennessee's screwed.
Yeah.
Nico
That
is.
was funny.
Like, his options are limited.
Well,
nobody was going to pay him 4 point whatever million.
I mean, how many schools
after
said no?
all this debacle?
A lot, and apparently a lot, and more than what we know would be the answer to that. Especially when they said the "do not contact us" thing. That means they're calling.
Yeah, I don't
They're
understand.
cherry picking people, but my guess is they were calling a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't understand.
But you know, to be fair, Tennessee's in a tough spot too, man. Having to try to find a quarterback this late.
Gotta find somebody.
What do you think Josh Heupel in Tennessee is doing? Do you think they are calling
Every quarterback they
every
can
Power
think of.
4 quarterback to see if they can
Outside of
get
the
one of
SEC,
them?
yes.
And would they pay them $4 million?
No. Because I mean, what you get now is going to be a depth piece anyway, right?
Yep.
Like this is going to be Merklinger's team, I would think. Because,
it?
Yeah, because George McIntyre's a freshman, and he came in early, but he's only been there a few months. Merklinger was there last year. You're not going to be able to, I don't think, be able to bring in the level of a quarterback that can come in and learn the system in the summer. We're already through spring practice, so he has to come learn the system and win the locker room, win the coaches' trust, win the locker room, and learn the system and be effective as a college football quarterback in August, which is coming up quicker than you think.
I'm looking for quarterbacks.
Right.
too,
Well,
you know.
and also you have to remember too the stipulations on team practices and all that. Like it would have to be come in and do it on your own on top of it until the time starts where you are allowed to practice. And
This
all
Nico
of that,
and UCLA info is very fluid at this point. It's like a waterfall.
You know who's still in the transfer portal
Who?
and available and still has a year of eligibility left?
Turn you.
Gaston Moore. Should we go back to gas pipe?
I don't know. Gas pipe. That was funny.
How old is he?
He's got 1 year. I don't know, but he's got 1 year of eligibility left. I do know that.
I did hear Pete Thamel say that he thinks it's less than 1% chance that Nico goes back to Tennessee.
Yeah, I do too.
Hey, that's still
You
no, it's still a
cannot. You
chance.
can't
0%
make that.
chance.
I think it's a
You
zero.
want to lose
Like,
your locker room?
Yeah, you
Jaden
can't do
Rashada
that.
is in the portal. The quarterback that was at Georgia, 6'4", 190.
He's the one.
Do you
that
know how
Florida-
many?
Yeah, he's supposed to be going somewhere.
He's the one that
Florida.
Florida did the $14 million.
Well,
contract.
alleged.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
He's suing them. And Napier's involved in the lawsuit.
Yes, he
even.
is.
That's
What
crazy.
in the world? This whole thing is crazy. Do you know how many college football players are in the portal as of today, as of this morning? 10,271.
My question is how many are going to be left in there?
6,426 are Division I players. 3,845 are Division II and Division III guys hoping to move up.
Come on, man.
There's got to be a QB.
There are over 10,000 players looking for a new home, y'all.
Come on, dog.
I mean, that you could fit all of them at Vanderbilt Stadium at the Vanderbilt Georgia State game.
Unbelievable.
Hey, guess what, though? That mud's starting to look nice over there.
Yeah,
That
it
mud
is.
look beautiful.
They did it the right way.
I hope they fill it up now.
It's like a boutique thing.
Yeah.
And they're doing it well. All right, we didn't get to Cam Ward talking on his Fortnite stream. Slay hasn't heard it. We definitely will do that when we come back. Oh, Todd Ferman's next.
Todd Father.
Never mind. Thank you, Zeph, for producing our show. There it is. It's written, 420. We will do that, though, because Slay will be interested to know who Cam Ward thinks are the top wide receivers in the NFL. That's coming up. Stay tuned. Todd Ferman next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Talk about Xfinity Internet. You know what you want, and you only buy what you need to keep you connected. Stay connected with Wi-Fi coverage that delivers the speed and devices that you need. Count on a reliable connection for all of your devices, even when everyone's online. Protect your devices and help keep loved ones safe and secure online with advanced security included at no extra cost. 24/7 customer service here for you whenever you need it with in-home Wi-Fi support. Stay connected on the go with over 20 million secure Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots nationwide. Get the best Wi-Fi for your home. Enjoy ultimate control of your home network with the Xfinity app. Plus, you personalize your Wi-Fi name and password, assign user profiles, view and control connected devices, and much more. Use the Xfinity app to pause Wi-Fi to disconnect for a while, set family-safe browsing, and much more. Xfinity.com, 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Advanced security is available to Xfinity Internet customers with a comparable Xfinity gateway. Must activate advanced security through Xfinity app. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed. For factors affecting speed, visit Xfinity.com/network management. Tonight's game, the last game for the Preds. This song reminds a lot of people of the Preds in the playoff years.
That was a fun run.
Got to get back there. You know, Barry Trotz is just steaming every day over there. So they'll figure out a way to get things rolling over there in Bridgestone Arena. But again, last game tonight against Dallas at 7 o'clock. Todd Ferman joins us now on 3HL. Todd, Preds or Dallas tonight?
Todd Father.
Yeah, I want no part of that game. But one thing I will say, normally we save a pick for the end. I tell folks the game I bet, the Detroit Red Wings tonight, number going to be on the move shortly here. So if you like Detroit, bet them now. The price won't exist by the time we wrap this up in about 15 minutes or so.
Didn't you
Slate,
give a...
Pull out that app.
Right now as we talk.
Didn't you give us two really big upset teams in hockey last week, and I took them.
All right, there we go. See, we get a little puppy love. I know it's not always that much fun when you're going to the window trying to bet these teams, at least on paper, that are up against it, but always nice when you can get a plus 160, plus 170 home. And that's why it really is a marathon, not a sprint, especially if you're looking to bet baseball or you're betting the NHL, where it's a lot more money line than an ATS standpoint that we grow accustomed to in football, basketball, and some of the other more traditional sports. Hey, one thing, guys, I just want to go on record now. I still have eligibility, I think, to be a quarterback if needed. I can throw a 2.5-yard out pattern, and I'm not going to command $4 million in NIL if the Vols are looking for somebody to go under center this fall.
Man, you've been working on that arm, man. You got that extra half yard on that out pattern.
Well, I didn't say I could throw across the hash marks. I can throw 2.5 yards downfield, and it's not going to come out of my arm with a lot of pop. But I will tell you, though, the win total for Tennessee ticked down. 9.5 is where it was. Nico decommits, or whatever we're calling it these days, and that number now sitting at 8.5, heavily shaded to the under.
So did you go Red Wings money line? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, Red Wings money line, and I'm looking right now. The thing is starting to shoot up. So
it just shot up. Yep.
That's how things work sometimes, Slay. I try and pass along the intel in real time as best I can.
No, I mean that's how powerful 3HL is. I mean, just you say something on the show, and then the market changes in less than a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more along the lines of some of my folks inside the Devils organization gave me an update, and let's call it 4 of their top 6 players will not be available tonight. So that was part of it, and wanted to try and pass that along before some of that information hit the betting market the way it has.
That's outstanding. Real quick, Todd, we need to bust into the Nico Iamaleava update desk where Zeph is manning the phones and watching the internet.
So Jason Swain said that he is now watching UCLA's quarterback, Joey Aguilar.
So
a potential replacement for Nico at Tennessee?
So a trade? Switch? Is that where we're going? And Tennessee will save money?
I mean, at this point, who knows what the hell is going on with all this stuff, but I do feel for Tennessee fans to a certain extent. And it'll be interesting to see what the program can do to kind of stabilize that position, because you can take a stand all you want, but unfortunately you're going to lose a lot of the alumni and some of the fans if they go out there and don't have a man capable of getting this team where they need to go. Now, that being said, I know Slay was a staunch defender of what we saw from this Tennessee offense week in, week out. You boys and girls know where I stood, that had a lot more to do with what the Vols were doing on the defensive side of things than anything I saw from their offense in the 2024-2025 season.
You continue to say that. You stood on that, and guess what, man? You were right. Okay, all right, good. I'm glad you were right. It doesn't mean I will go with you this fall. I will still be against you, Top Father.
Well, look, I wouldn't have it any other way. If you start to agree with me on everything, this segment becomes a lot less entertaining, and I think we'll start to really disappoint some folks with that being the case. So it's always interesting to see, what happens and what potential, G5 candidate could be out there for Tennessee to bring in, or if they're going to go into battle with some of the players already on their roster.
Any quality preseason bets when it comes to college football, like you see Florida, any value in Florida where this over-under for them? I know not Tennessee right now, but
the 2 win totals that I have seen take some money so far this offseason, and again, I reiterate that limits aren't exactly what professional bettors are looking for, but unfortunately they have to move earlier and earlier now as these markets typically come up, significantly sooner than what they ever did in the past. Florida State under 7.5, very sharp win total position from some of the pro bettors that are out there. And the other one that took some money as well was Colorado under 6.5. So those have been the two teams that pros are selling early on. And, what's interesting, because we don't have a ton of spring games that are televised now like we have in the past, it looks like there is a quarterback battle or something brewing in South Bend, because you've seen a massive shift in the Heisman odds for what we thought was going to be the Fighting Irish's starting quarterback in Steve Angeli, who came in relief in the national championship game. His number was 50-1. That's drifted out to 120-1. And we've seen C.J. Carr go from 75-1 down to 35-1. In my opinion, if Carr officially wins the job out of camp, that number is going to come down even further.
Wow. Well,
there is a Todd Ferman. I can't believe you've been on for 7 minutes and you haven't hit Slay with his inability to trust you last week with those 2 hockey upsets.
Brent, look, I do a lot of things. I'm not here to take the low-hanging fruit. So, I can only pick on Slay so much before I start to feel bad and I grow a conscience and all this. You guys can do enough of that for me. I don't need to kick a man while he's down.
Yeah, and who was really down, Top Father? I was out there on the wing in a prayer anyway, so I just felt like just floating in the wind. It wasn't much put on it, wasn't much expected. So this one tonight, oh yeah, I'm shoulder leaning all the way in on this one, baby.
Great, that makes me feel a lot better. So when we get off the air, I'll have to scout my position back from what I bet Detroit at earlier in the day.
That's really funny. How much money is wagered on the NFL draft, and how do you bet it? Can you bet it? What can you bet with regard to the NFL draft?
So you can bet it, and I'll be honest, I'm not sure what the legality is in the state of Tennessee. If you guys have draft betting available, I know it's kind of state jurisdiction by jurisdiction. So if you live in Nevada, for example, where I am, all the draft odds come off the board 24 hours before. Some states are able to keep it up until the event officially starts, or even until some of these players start to come off the board, so they can have a lot of live betting options readily available. In terms of the money that's actually wagered on it, it gets tougher and tougher for professionals to try and bet it. So I think it's a great vehicle for some recreational bettors that want a little skin in the game, whether it's around their favorite teams or favorite players. I think there is money to be made, but this used to be one of the most inefficient markets that was out there. And I remember back during COVID when it was kind of the only sporting event that we could bet on. And a lot of the guys I do work with, we spent a ton of time trying to comb through everything and pick apart some of the draft offerings that were there. Over the last couple of years, it's kind of moved down the priority list. And while you look at some of the numbers that are there, there is money to be made. But I think this draft, as we approach it, has a lot more uncertainty after, say, picks 1 through 3 than what we've seen in the past. And all it takes is one team deciding to go off script that can kind of throw a wrench into things. So look for some of those long shots that are out there and try and figure out where some of these sports books may be overreacting to some of the mock drafts and what some of the talking heads have to say.
Cam Ward, FanDuel, they do have some NFL draft stuff here in Tennessee. Cam Ward at minus 20,000 to go number 1 overall. So $100 will get you 50 cents.
That's
pretty much a done deal there. So I appreciate you guys giving me the heads up once the Titans had settled in on that. So it's not like I could have gotten down at significantly better prices. But what I did find interesting with Cam Ward's comments last night on the live stream, I finally found somebody that's got ties to the Titans organization, or soon will, that loves Treylon Burks as much as Ron Slay. That Cam Ward was calling Treylon Burks the 4th best receiver in the National Football League. So, Slay, you've got a little bit of competition for the president of the Treylon Burks fan club going forward if the Titans take Cam Ward first overall.
No, I'm going to tell you exactly what this is, Top Father, and I hadn't heard that yet, but now that you revealed that, listen. I'm on the Cam Ward train, and this is what I would like to say to all of everybody out there, Titans fans included. I once was blind, but now I see. That's what Cam Ward is telling these people. He can see, just like I can. 2 people can see the future of the Tennessee Titans, and that is me, and that is Cam Ward. I wish I would have known that. I would have brought my jersey out today. But guess what? I have my jersey on tomorrow. I promise you that.
If I see in the future, you mean Treylon Burks over under, not for receptions, but games played this year at 5.5, you want to go over under, Slay?
Sorry. I like that.
Boy, that was a healthy laugh right there.
That was a great number.
It came from her
Good
belly.
job,
That was a
Ferman.
belly laugh right there. Tom Father, I tell you this, I'm going way over. And matter of fact, I'm going 8. I'm going to up it to 8. 8 games.
8
way
full
over.
games?
Almost half.
8 games. 8 games and 8 touchdowns. 8 games and 8 touchdowns. You hear me?
All right, hold on a second. I'm going through my desk drawer right now to see how much cash I hear. How much can I max bet under 8 touchdowns with you for? What is the book of Slay willing to open up in terms of his limits on that particular prop number?
Listen, I bet you right now, cool little 500 and a dinner, 500 and a dinner of my choice or your choice. He go over 8 touchdowns. Just me and you, Todd, Father. If Cam Ward is healthy, if he's healthy, not Traylon, but Cam.
I'm going to feel so bad taking your money, but I'll put a dinner bet. I'll put a dinner bet on that. And the reason I'll do that with you, Slay, is because I feel like you'll pay your debts should you lose that. Unlike Dawn, who we know is reneged now. I think we're going on 3 years with the Preds wrapping up their season later tonight.
This is true. I got you, Todd Father. I'm telling you, man. Listen, this is what you got to understand. When you get a guy like that confident as a number 1 pick, I'm ashamed in me.
You want some more confidence?
Thinking of going somewhere else.
You know
I
what
should
else
have known that it was Cam Ward the whole time. And now I'm going to go get me a jersey made, Cam Ward, and I'm wearing him and Traylon Burks same
At
day.
the same time?
Yep.
You know what? You want some more confidence? You know what else he said?
What?
Cam Ward said he and Ridley will be like Montana and Rice.
That's trolling right there. See, that's trolling.
I'm glad Slay's got standards here, guys. You know, that's a bridge too far. Not Traylon Burks being the 4th best wide receiver in the NFL, but Calvin Ridley being Montana to Rice along with Cam Ward. But I appreciate what Cam's doing, trying to pump up his guys, and hopefully he can bring a little bit of confidence and swagger to the huddle for a Titans team that has lacked it at the quarterback position over the last couple of seasons.
That's very true. A little bit of protection can go a long way with a healthy Traylon Burks. Y'all quit saying my guy's name wrong, too, Todd Father. It's not Traylon. It's Traylon.
Look, you know, my approach to Mr. Burks is I'll learn to pronounce his name the correct way. The same way I promised Penn State fans I would learn to pronounce their quarterback the correct way once he performed the levels that warranted me learning the proper pronunciation.
I can't wait till we get to week 10, week 12, boy. You're going to be like, golly, Slay, I know you knew a lot, but I didn't know you and Cam knew this much.
There are a lot of things I am happy to be wrong on. This is a bet that I will willingly come on and eat plenty of crow should you be correct in this particular prognostication.
Putting it in my notes now.
Todd, you're a big Todd Ferman with us, our guy in Vegas, every Wednesday at 4:20, longest running guest on 3HL in year 16 of this show. By the way, we found out today that Dawn Davenport is almost in year 8. So she's almost halfway into 3HL. So
how crazy is that, Ferman?
That is crazy.
Time flies. Time flies in a variety of fronts. I mean, look, you know, Dawn entered the fold as a young woman trying to find her way into sports media. I was a lost soul. So, you know, Brent, you've kind of taken on that mentorship role for the two of us. You know, I'm not sure if you're going to call that your crowning achievement or you essentially become Dr. Frankenstein for two of your creations.
It's funny, too. In all honesty, like the 16 years we've been doing this show, and Ferman's been there from the very beginning, you've only missed, like, I could probably count definitely on 2 hands, maybe on 1 hand, how many shows you've missed.
I mean, so, you guys have blown me off as many shows as I've actually missed, and I think I at least get to back out. You know, the 2 shows where I was half a world away on my honeymoon. So I'll back those away. But I will say, when I'm stateside here, definitely probably on 1 hand the amount of Wednesdays that I've missed.
I guess we'll give you South Africa. I guess.
You're a big NASCAR guy, and obviously they're off this weekend. How'd you do with Bristol?
You know what? Didn't do a whole heck of a lot in terms of betting. Came in with some expectations. But for those folks, not to get into the weeds, it was awfully interesting. Watching practice on Saturday with some of the colder track temps, you saw a lot of tire degradation and thought it could be a tire wear race. And then we watch Bristol on Sunday and see Kyle Larson basically dust the field. Yeah. It's really unfortunate, though, and, you know, it's one sporting venue I haven't had a chance to get to. I do want to get out there for a race. but seeing all of those empty seats, a far cry from what Bristol used to be. And I think it's a product of the racing quality right now, where NASCAR has a real issue with some of these short tracks that are out there that are so temperature sensitive. So I'm very curious to see if Bristol can continue to maintain those two prominent dates on the calendar, knowing that it's one of the more historic tracks that we go to.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible, Todd. I can't even – it's very – like, words are my business. It's difficult to describe what it's like at Bristol. Listen, we had Josh Berry in not too long ago, and he just won not too long ago. And I'm curious to get your take on him as an up-and-coming driver and what we might see from him the rest of the way.
No, I think Josh Berry is extremely talented. You know, we were curious in terms of what things would look like when he made the transition from Stewart-Haas Racing, who kind of shut down their cup-level program, over to where he is now, racing for the Wood Brothers. And I think Josh Berry going out there, showing some of his mettle and better equipment with the Penske Alliance has been pretty impressive. You know, his background comes from short track, so he's a lot better at some of these tire wear opportunities that are there. But look, it's a sport that rewards winners, and Josh Berry punching his ticket to the postseason early on in the season gives them a lot more creativity and a luxury to try and tinker with some things and figure out if he can advance past the first round. In my opinion, I think getting out of the round of 16 into the round of 12 probably the ceiling for Josh Berry, but I have been thoroughly impressed with the way that he has been able to adapt to life in the Cup Series because he was extremely talented at the Xfinity side, and I think he's got a very bright future as long as they keep giving him good cars.
Yeah, he's from Hendersonville, same as Joseph Newgarden, and we were talking with him. He went to middle school with Joseph Newgarden. How crazy is that? That, like, the same middle school would have an Indy 500 multi-winner and a Cup winner, too.
You know, pretty much what it tells me that, you know, Nashville, not just Charlotte, you know, a cradle for trying to create, you know, drivers and some of the capabilities that are there. But I just want to know why Babs doesn't have her daughter, you know, behind the wheel of the car, trying to get her going in the go-kart series and a little modified racing. You know, maybe she can be the next Danica Patrick.
You should, dude.
Are you kidding me?
She would be so good at it.
I won't even let the child walk down the stairs without holding my hand. You know I'm not putting her in a go-kart.
Listen, we all know that you need someone to hold your hand when you walk down the stairs, but she's got the genes, man. I've seen you drive down 65
You are
South.
right. Oh, my gosh, the other day.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I let the cuss word fly, and she goes, "What did they do, Mom?" And I was like, okay.
You know.
Yep. I was like, oh, nothing. They were going too slow, Hads, you know.
Well, you know, Dawn, it's a good thing that road rage and or traffic violations won't take you off the air with 3HL. So maybe it gives you a little bit more street cred with the listeners.
Great stuff, Todd.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Next week we'll be one day away from the draft, and then it'll be in the rear view.
Be here before we know it. Kentucky Derby around the corner and NHL playoffs.
Yes.
So plenty to discuss. Have a great rest of the week, guys.
Yep.
Thanks, Ferman.
Thank you, Todd. There's Todd. There he goes.
He's out of here.
Oh, he usually, the minute he says bye, he's out.
He's gone.
He is
All right.
done with us.
He told you one of the things that Cam Ward talked about. We'll start to play through some of that stuff. Slay hasn't heard it. Cam Ward on his Fortnite
I really
feed
don't need
last
to hear
night.
nothing else.
That was definitely one.
You definitely, that's the one we were going to surprise you.
You need to hear him say it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard. I can hear and
Do
see.
you think he said Burke's name right?
Absolutely. Why
All right.
wouldn't he?
We'll find out next as we continue to
He's a star
broadcast live
receiver.
from Twin Peaks at Rivergate. We'll be right back. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
We have a huge announcement for you from Two Rivers Ford. Two Rivers Ford now offering employee pricing for absolutely everyone. So what does that mean? It means you pay what they pay on almost every new Ford on the lot. And at Two Rivers Ford, what you see is always what you get. They don't do things like add in expensive accessories or tack on service packages, all to increase the price of the vehicle. Two Rivers Ford, upfront, honest every single time. I can attest to it because we have two Rivers Ford vehicles sitting in our driveway, and now they are offering you, everybody, employee pricing. No better time to buy American, and there is no better dealership than Two Rivers Ford. Promise you, they're the best. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, home of the non-commissioned sales team, and now home of employee pricing for absolutely everybody. From America, for America, that's Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
Two Rivers Ford announces employee pricing for everyone. Every tradesman, every dad, every rising star. You pay what we pay. Two Rivers Ford. Locally owned. American made.
.3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, broadcasting live from Twin Peaks.
Right here, right now.
Rivergate is where we are. National Munchies Day is 4/20.
It's going to be a day.
Need something to cure that cotton mouth? Grab a liquid marijuana shot. Just $6 all day. Cocktails on special for $8 featuring Captain Morgan, Parrot Bay Coconut Rum, and more.
That should make you want more.
Yeah.
Like something's not adding up right about that.
Extra sauce.
Yeah, I don't know, but okay.
I mean, that's what's going on. 3HL powered by Ferguson Home. Discover the Mount Juliet showroom, 401 South Mount Juliet Road. Ferguson Home, where it all comes together. FergusonHome.com. All right.
I just autographed a Twin Peaks receipt.
Yes, we did. We did.
What's up?
I was like
it.
I didn't know if he was trying to get us to pay for his meal or.
We co-signed for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, could this get us in trouble later?
Figure
I don't know.
it out. That's what we're doing.
I don't know. So Cam Ward was on Fortnite last night, and he was streaming, and he got out there, and he was asked about a lot of different things. So we'll start with Jackson, number one, Cam Ward on top 5 NFL coaches, which is funny because he said, I'm not going to put him in order. Then he put him in order. Check it.
Well, I'm not naming top 5. I'm naming 5 head coaches I like. Number 1.
In the NFL right now?
Number 1, Brian Callahan. Number 2, Stefanski.
Okay.
Number 3, Brian Daboll.
Third pick.
Number 4,
I think I'm starting to see the pattern.
Pete Carroll. Number 5, Aaron Glenn.
Detroit Lions.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Jets.
I mean, I know Raiders took Geno
Number
Smith, but
1, Brian Callahan.
Brian Callahan. What about the Todd? And Todd kind of blew this because Slay has not heard this yet, but Todd Father went after it. Cam Ward on the top 4 NFL wide receivers.
Okay, so y'all already said Ridley, Jamar, Justin.
I think Jason Jamar is like the length, like the top.
And then for my last one, Traylon Burks. A.J. Brown's a dog, but he's not Calvin Ridley.
Traylon Burks.
Now
And he said his name right.
This is what I want y'all to understand.
What?
He could have went anywhere in the world with this conversation. Anywhere. Because he named Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Right.
He named Jamar Chase.
That's
Yep.
right.
Okay, really, I understand.
Ridley
He
won.
could have picked anybody else in the NFL. He could have picked anybody. Anybody. But he went and picked Traylon Burks.
Do you think that's because he only knows the names of 2 Tennessee Titans wide receivers?
Absolutely not. Only a dummy would know 2 names if you're going there. So this young man right here.
That's what I was going to say.
No,
I
this
was
man-
like, that's because
No.
there's nobody else in that wide receiver room.
You got to give your guy more credit, Babs. You've been on this for a long time. You said Cam Ward and you wasn't switching. Now I understand why. Because this is a bright young man. Like I wish I could have went up to Syracuse and watched that game versus Miami with you, Babsy. I would have been coming back. But I always knew there was something about this young man. And now I know. Bright. Shine bright like a diamond, man. That little brain of his, boy. Way to go, Cam Ward. That's what's up, man.
I'll say
Traylon
this.
Burks, man.
Shine bright like a diamond.
That's it.
He's funny.
No, he's not funny to me.
No, he's funny.
No, this was this.
He's
no.
just straight trolling people.
That wasn't no trolling, Babs. Don't think that's trolling.
Dude,
That right there could pass on the act of Congress right there.
Slay.
That's how serious that was.
There's no
Traylon
way
Burks.
he truly believes Traylon Burks is the 4th best
No.
wide
Y'all are
receiver
crazy.
in the
Y'all
NFL.
are crazy.
Do
I
you
believe it.
ever wake up like this year? Have you ever woken up and thought, damn, I really wish that I wouldn't have died on the Traylon Burks hill?
No, because then I would have been thinking, damn, I need somebody to resurrect me. Instead of being resurrected, I'm already still alive. And me and Cam Ward both know exactly who we're going to depend on. Wide receiver 2, Traylon Burks.
Oh, my
he's
gosh.
just going
Wide
down.
receiver 2.
It's
That
going
makes
down,
me wanna
man.
For real.
vomit.
It's going down, man.
He's just trying to build some team morale before he gets here.
Man, you ain't got to
That's
build.
what he's doing.
How can you build team morale? You got to tell these people the truth. That's what you got to do.
I mean,
Don't nobody want to hear no little fun and games.
But
Like,
once he's here, he'll believe it.
Traylon Burks
he's already.
is wide receiver number 2 right now, right? As long as he's healthy.
He been wide receiver number 2.
And he's on the roster.
Couldn't
When
stay
is
on
the
the field.
last time he's been healthy?
That's what I'm saying. He couldn't stay on the field. But, boy, now he had his little baby. He got that out the way. Oh, it's on now.
So
It is
now that the
on
Titans have a quarterback, he's going to be healthy, right?
Don't that make sense? Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Listen,
Well, why waste
I gave
time
him a
playing
chance
for Will
last
Levis
year.
when you could play for
I
Cam
loved
Ward?
him when
Come
I
on,
saw
man.
him in
A number 1 pick.
Arkansas. I gave him a chance last year, and
That's what we don't want. We want.
just like Will Levis, they both burned me.
Now we
I'm
want,
done.
Okay, this is what we want.
They're
Babs.
dead to me.
We want, that's
They're-
what we
I'm
want.
done.
That's what we want to happen. Counsel us out. Don't think about us. And then when we're out there, make sure you go pay your money for your Burks jersey, just like I did mine. Because you'll be looking at.
You did buy a Burks jersey.
Yeah, you did.
Straight out the I've been on this. I'm telling you.
You bought several.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
have you washed it yet?
No.
Maybe if you wash it, it'll help.
No,
He bought a Big Jeff jersey, too. And
I got a big job.
what if he gets traded?
Oh, he might be gone
Well,
too.
he can go in there with the others. Bayard. Derrick Henry, I got them jerseys too.
You had those too.
We got them. Wow.
You've just got a throwback collection is what you got.
Yeah, except Traylon Burks. That's a franchise collection.
Yeah, a franchise.
Face
this
of
is
the
how we
franchise.
got. This is one of the.
You know what?
This is one of the picks that got us into the position we're in right
Nah,
now,
this
where
is-
we're even talking about
This
trading
the
Big
one
Jeff.
that's the shovel to get you out of the position. Matter of fact, get Big Jeff on the chopping block. Get him out of here. We got a new face of the franchise. Traylon Burks.
Is it 420? What is going on?
We passed 420. That might explain it.
Might as well be. Let's go, Burks, baby.
All right.
Burks jersey is back,
We've
baby.
got one more from Cam Ward.
Okay.
All right. Cam Ward on the top NFL running backs. Jackson.
What's okay? Want to tell you about Loan Pronto. Interest rates have plummeted. Jackson just straight went to break. It's fine. We'll be back in the 5 o'clock hour, but you should hang out and hear me talk about Loan Pronto first real quick. Time to call Loan Pronto if you're looking to get cash out of your home equity, refinance out of a high rate, or do a home improvement project. Loan Pronto can make it happen in a matter of days. Take advantage of this opportunity. Get tens or even hundreds of thousands out of your home equity. Pay off all your credit cards. Pay off your car loans. Average homeowner cuts their monthly bills by $1,000. Get more info. LoanPronto.com. They've got multiple options that can get you the financial freedom you deserve. Get your cash in less than 2 weeks, and most homeowners don't even need an appraisal to do it. All starts by getting in contact with the experts at this, loanpronto.com. Call now, 615-499-5780, loanpronto.com at 615-499-5780. Loan Pronto, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Good evening. It is 4:59. I'm Joe Spadano live from Twin Peaks. Colin Cowherd reported earlier today that former Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava is going to UCLA after entering the transfer portal. Cowherd said that the family still claims it was not about the money, but it was about the Tennessee offense instead. Tennessee safety John Slaughter will enter the transfer portal, according to Pete Thamel. He appeared in 23 games over the last 2 seasons and has 2 years of eligibility left. The Titans cut 6 players today, including linebacker Curtis Bolton, wide receiver Stanley Morgan, defensive tackle McTelvin Agim, defensive tackle Isaiah Eiton, defensive back Javarius Owens, and guard Logan Bruss. For your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasting live from Twin Peaks. We'd love to see you out here at Rivergate. We'll be here until 6 o'clock. NFL Draft coming up. Twin Peaks on the clock. Catch all the NFL Draft action at the Ultimate Sports Lodge. Round 1 kicks off at 7 o'clock on Thursday. 8 days away. Babsy Davenport is here, y'all.
Let's go.
What up, though, Babsy?
Happy Hump Day.
It is Hump Day. I forgot about that, Slay Dog. Slay Dog is here, y'all.
I'm in the building. Better be ready.
Draft
the car
here.
ain't got no roof.
Car ain't got no roof?
The car has no roof. If Cam Ward comes here with that attitude, the car has no roof, Babsy.
What?
Telling you that. Yeah, we got the number 4 best receiver in the league.
It took Traylon Burks BS for you to take the roof
No,
off
Babsy,
again?
it took Traylon Burks' truth to be told upon thy.
On Fortnite.
Hey, listen, whatever forum, don't knock the forum, whatever forum you have to be on, let your voice be heard, Cam Ward, and that's what you did. And me, as a Titans fan, I respect that. I love that. And I can't wait for you to get here. Let's fast forward to next week.
No, dude.
No, I don't want to be here no more. Hurry up and give me the next week. I'm hype about the draft, like Babs said.
Don't wish your life away, Slay.
No, I need to get to next week. Next week is going down.
For real.
Hey, you better know it.
By the way, Tarsha from yesterday showed up today. At,
girl, she said I'm in the building.
She did, loudly.
I love her.
She said that was me, 777-9311.
Yeah. I totally missed that one yesterday.
Yeah, it's a Prince song. Also, Lil Jax came and said hi.
Yep.
Mama works at Vanderbilt. We first met him at another restaurant.
Shoney's.
Okay.
I love when we come out.
It's a different kind of deal.
That's probably a different crowd,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Shoney's and Twin Peaks.
More family.
Anyway, so it was good to see them.
They were ensconced in Vandy gear.
Yes.
Then I
well,
had-
his mama works at Vandy. That's
Yeah,
why.
so you got to go represent.
Yes.
I
Well,
did
you
have
get
a
free
guy.
stuff.
Yeah, why wouldn't?
Yeah.
If I'm working.
Yeah.
I mean, hey. I had a guy come up and call his shot, too.
What did he say?
Coach Matthew Edwards, on April the 16th, 2025, I took a picture of it, calling it now. Hunters Lane will be the best metro high school for athletes with ambitions. Watch me cook. Firebirds had a good run. I can't wait.
Wow.
To circle back around. Yeah, oh, yeah.
So somebody just came up to you at the restaurant and talked trash?
Did you write it down?
Oh, I took a picture of it.
Take a picture.
Oh,
of the
yeah,
last one.
I got that. Don't worry about it, Babs. I got that. We will circle back around and see how that year is. So salute to Hunters Lane. They ain't been nothing since my guy, little Ant, Guthrie, and Lando Springer, Jay Wade, all them guys were over there. So
okay, I kind of like
see.
that. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm with it.
We're gonna
Call your
get-
shots.
Zeph's been at the Nico Iamaleava desk all day long, just monitoring all of the information that's been flowing. Like, you know how when they open the dam over at Percy Priest?
Yeah, just let it flow.
Yeah, let all that water out. That's what's going on with the Iamaleava stuff.
Him and Cam Ward.
So, initially today, and by the way, Jackson, we are going to play that cut about Cam Ward and the top NFL running backs coming up in just a little bit. But the story was that yesterday that there were multiple schools that would be interested if the asking price were more like $1 million as opposed to the $4 million. So the market, they were trying to set the market at Tennessee They misjudged that.
Mm-hmm.
Now the market apparently has been set again. We still don't have like a working knowledge of what is being offered, although multiple reports indicate it's way south of $4 million. What's the latest on this situation of Iamaleava potentially going to UCLA?
So what I have seen is there is no deal yet. It is still being worked out between UCLA and the family. He's expected to go to UCLA because I think that's the only school that's actually talking to them right now.
I think that's right.
But there is no
Feels like it.
current deal. I've seen a couple of places saying that the two sides are just talking right now, trying to figure something out.
Okay. Thank you, Zeph. We'll continue to monitor the situation.
Appreciate it, Zeph.
We were talking about Cam Ward and his Fortnite stream last night where he said the best coach in the NFL was Brian Callahan. He said the top 4 wide receivers, number 1, Calvin Ridley. He said A.J. Brown's a dog, but Ridley's better. Then he said 4th best wide receiver was in the NFL is Treylon Burks.
After naming some dogs.
And that's what won you over and eliminated the roof finally.
Yep, finally. It's been 2 years since the roof has been removed. And now we are in the process of cutting it off and not even having one that retracts.
So Cam Ward now talking about the NFL's best running backs.
Top 4 running backs in the league right now? I would say Tony Pollard, Spears.
Well, that's all they had.
That's all we had from that one.
See, guess what? See, and I would have. Okay, I think he laughing around. You know what I mean? Because he didn't say Saquon. You know what I mean?
King.
Like King. You gotta mention the dogs in there.
No,
like you did
the
with
other two.
Jefferson.
Who else did he say? Oh, he said Derrick Henry and.
How do you tell the truth then?
It just cut off, but he said Derrick Henry and
Saquon.
no, Alvin
Kamara.
Kamara. But now those are two guys that have Tennessee. I'm just saying, those are two guys that have Tennessee ties, right? Derrick Henry, he's a Titan, right? I know he's with the Ravens, but you heard Whitlock even yesterday. Who's the face of the Tennessee Titans? Derrick Henry, and he's in Baltimore now. Yeah. So I even think it was like Cam even trolling a little bit more. Now, it's happy trolling. I think it's funny, good trolling, but...
I think he's serious when it comes to receivers.
Stop. He can't be trolling, talking about Alvin Kamara and Derrick Henry. And
so was he serious about Brian Callahan being the number 1 head coach?
I mean, you have to say that
one.
Yeah, he went through the draft picks.
Yeah.
Regardless, he's funny. And I like him. And he's got an arm.
He also didn't say Mike Vrabel when going through the coaches.
No, he went with the Raiders.
Yeah.
I know they brought Geno Smith in, but maybe
he skipped over Mike Vrabel. Maybe he knows that Tennessee Titans
Mike
fans.
Vrabel has a quarterback.
Yeah, he doesn't even.
Oh.
Mike Vrabel has a quarterback. Yeah. That's why.
Maybe he knows that Titans fans aren't on the best of pages with Mike Vrabel.
Some Titans fans are. Some Titans fans still think that he never should have gotten fired.
I know who the best receiver
I disagree, but...
I know that.
Is it Calvin Ridley?
Do you know? You know, you're almost like, well, maybe Burks will get cut or injured again, and then we don't have to. And then could that be the final straw?
We do that. The Titans going downhill. The Titans can hang all this little.
Yeah, I know, because he's only one of 2 receivers that they have in that room right now.
No, for the year upcoming and the year after, Titans can hang their whole little dream up.
Yeah, because he might not be on. To your point, he might not be on the roster.
If he ain't on the roster, okay. Yeah.
No, he's
cut him.
Year 4, right?
Year 4.
He's cheap.
I dare him to cut him.
Yeah, but
cut him. You might well cut me too. cut Treylon Burks. You can cut me too.
Cut Treylon Burks. He's gonna be like Nico out there, being like, "Hi."
I'm pulling the black light out.
Come on.
I'm pulling the black light out on him. You're going to see all the bed bugs. You cut Treylon Burks if you want to, Titans. I'm going to pull the black light out, pull the cover back, and I'm going to show you everything on that hotel bed. I'm going to show it to you. It's going down in.
Cut me, Mick.
Cut him you want to, Titans. I'm telling you right now.
Do you check hotel beds when you get into rooms?
Absolutely.
So do I.
Yeah,
the bedspread's gone.
Yeah,
they never wash those things.
I have to.
Dude, I don't even think hotels have bedspreads.
Yeah, a lot of them ain't got them no more.
Yeah.
No.
Just the old school ones.
Yep.
You're talking about duvet covers and stuff. Yeah.
No, I'll roll with
you
that
got
one.
to check right at the bottom of the mattress.
Yeah, untuck it and see what's going on.
See if there's any bugs down there.
Yeah, that's JT. If we had an ice storm, we had an ice storm one time where Brad Willis encouraged us to stay because
this was before my time.
Sports Fest was the next day, so he was worried about some of us being able to get there. So we stayed. Me and Mickey stayed in the room. JT stayed in the room next to us. This is JT, like, he lost like 150 pounds. This is pre that. So we have a great picture of JT. I mean, just hammered, drunk. But anyway, the first thing he did when we got in that room, he lifted up the mattress because he said the bed bugs line up along the edge.
They do.
That's
why you're supposed
we
to
didn't
check.
have any, but I didn't know that.
Just hang out.
Yeah.
I just thought bed bugs just rolling around in there.
This isn't that chilling.
No, they're like an army.
Oh, yeah. If there's
marching.
one, there's you in trouble.
So anyway,
That's like snakes.
The funny part of
Spiders.
that story
Not
is
just one.
there was literally no one. It looked like a ghost town on Demumbrian, right? And it was ice. So we weren't walking. We were like sliding. We were like skating. And so
Who busted?
JT busted. That's later in the story. So we're skating across. You might wonder, like, where are you going? We were going to Tin Roof. And so we go across the street. We go to Tin Roof. Still see no one. We open Tin Roof's door. There's 1 million people in that place. I mean, band playing and everything.
Everybody walked in, yeah.
She's got to stay warm.
So we go back to the hotel, and we're all talking and stuff. JT's like, I mean, fried.
Yeah.
Fried.
I mean,
fried turkey.
Fried.
Yeah.
So he leaves, close the door. Then we hear like this, not a knock necessarily, but almost like somebody ran into the door.
Yeah.
And so I open the door, and JT's like laying on the ground, on the sidewalk, laughing his butt off.
He slipped and fell?
He slipped right into the door and fell.
Come on, dude.
That was
Come on, JT.
All for Sports Fest. And then
you got to do what you got to do, baby.
Some people couldn't make it. Like, we were supposed to have Inky. He couldn't get out of Knoxville.
I remember that.
Butch
I think,
Jones
didn't I fill in?
You might have. Butch Jones was,
Really?
you might have. Butch Jones was sitting in the plane on the runway, and they wouldn't let him take off.
Wow.
Yep.
What was Ice Storm?
Yeah.
Man, that's
It was really bad. I remember it.
You have something to give away.
I do.
Give it away.
And just real quick, I do want to read Shannon Terry's tweets. You know, just talking about Burks and how he's going to turn into Nico. Looking for a job.
Burks got a
at
job.
some point.
Burks ain't been running his mouth in the media, like letting his dad talk.
Oh, no. He never would.
He wide receiver
I love
too.
Burks as a person.
He didn't do nothing but go from wide receiver 4 to 2.
Right, because there's nobody else in the room. Anyway, Shannon Terry with On 3, who we had on a couple days ago, said UCLA has been the constant here, talking about Nico. He said, we'll be taking a pay cut versus the Tennessee deal. We moved our On 3 NIL valuation / roster value to $1.5 million on Monday, and that is likely the deal.
Wow.
Them claiming it's not about money can be a fair statement, but doesn't change the fact, despite reports, that the Nico camp was demanding more money. Word salad. Simply a difference of perception versus perspective. Nico has terrific talent, but this one will follow him for a while. Time to do some proactive damage control. So $1.5 million allegedly is what the number's going to be.
If that's true, he lost $1 million in a week.
Yeah, I just think you get to this point right here, you just got to go in there and do your work. I mean, you
got to prove your work now at this point.
Everything, you got to go do your work.
More on that situation when we come back. Tennessee adds a basketball player. We got that for you. 615-737-1045 if you want in. 615-737-1045. Babsy's Prize Closet is opening right now.
That's right, because it is Winning Wednesday with 1045 The Zone and your Nashville Sounds. You want to win 2 tickets to see the Sounds host the Durham Bulls next Wednesday. That's 4/23. Oh my gosh, it's 90s night, y'all, at First Horizon Park. You need to be caller number 5 to 615-737-1045 right now. Good luck to you. The Sounds will have a throwback windbreaker giveaway for the first 1,000 fans. Grab your beepers, grab your best denim. We just talked about beepers yesterday. We live in the Matrix. 90s night is here. Step back in time to 90s theme night and relive the best of the 90s with throwback music, some of the best music there was, by the way, retro jerseys, and classic in-game entertainment. There you go. Nashville Sounds 10th anniversary celebration, by the way, for the Nashville Sounds this year.
Can you believe that?
No.
10 years at First Horizon Park. 10 since they've been in Greer Stadium.
That is crazy.
Many years passed by.
Tickets at NashvilleSounds.com.
Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, that's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep. These are your guys. They've got a tremendous selection of new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot. You can check out the inventory right now. GuptonMotors.com is the website. That's GuptonMotors.com. All the dealership information is there. Inventory, as I said, deals they have going on. Employee pricing is what's happening in April, so check that out, GuptonMotors.com. 24 west to exit 35 is about 9 miles outside the city. Then a beautiful drive into Springfield, Tennessee, where you'll find the best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield, Tennessee, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Again, Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. GuptonMotors.com, the website. Just let them know what you're looking for, and they'll be able to point you in the right direction. You'll take your test drive, go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
All right, parents, put your kids on the phone. Let me talk to them for a second. Or put the ear by the radio. All right, Uncle Slay got you. This is what I want you to do. Go write this number down. 615-242-9000. I'll give you an opportunity to get pencil, paper, pen, pad, phone up, notepad out, whatever you got to do. 615-242-9000. Store that number in. And this is what I'm telling you. You're probably a first-time driver out here on this road. Now, rules that you need to know. This is coming from my guy, Bart Durham. Keep that gas tank full and that number I gave you on speed dial. Why? Because you never know when an accident may happen. You need Bart Durham Injury Law on speed dial because I understand exactly what can happen and who can be there to fight for you. Now, if you're ever in a wreck, you need someone who got your back. That's exactly what Blair and the team at Bart Durham Injury Law do. They take care of everything from the moment you call to getting you compensation you deserve. So say this number, 615-242-9000, just in case.
3HL 104.5, The Zone, Wednesday edition. Man, we're headed very quickly toward the NFL draft.
We rolling.
All we need is Cam Ward again, to go live stream.
Nah,
you just need to know about it in advance. He needs to, broadcast that thing.
No, because then it's a game, bro.
What kind of questions could we ask him? He already told you. Brian Callahan, the best coach in the NFL, followed by Stefanski and Dayball. Oddly enough, the first 3 picks of the draft.
I'm telling you, dude's smart, man. He's witty. He's funny.
Top wide receivers, Ridley, number 1, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Traylon Burks, number 4 in the NFL.
I don't need to go live.
Top running backs, Tony Pollard, Spears. First 2 listed.
What do you think he'd say is the best defensive tackle in the NFL?
Probably the best defensive tackle. Big Jeff.
Jeffrey Simmons?
You don't think he'd say Chris Jones?
Nah, Chris Jones.
If Traylon Burks is the number 4 wide receiver in the NFL, Jeffrey Simmons is the number 1 defensive tackle in the NFL.
I want to ask him what he thinks about the Nico-Tennessee thing. If Nico and Tennessee were a boxing match, who's winning? What do the fighters look like in this thing?
He can't touch that combo. He got to be like, you know what, I'll pass.
I don't know if he would pass on any question. He might be fun.
We're going to see.
He might be fun.
He's unofficially a Titan.
Uh-oh, they're getting in the good stuff next to you. Slay is right next to, the good stuff liquor cabinet at Twin Peaks and Rivergate. What a beautiful day, too. Although now that I look out the window, it looks like rain clouds over there, doesn't it?
No, that's just tinted.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's like a garage door. It's just tinted.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Bob is
They
here.
keep it dark.
Bob's here doing Bob things. And you can come in, scan your QR code with your phone. Metallica, 2 nights, 2 different sets, May 1st and 3rd at Nissan Stadium. You can perhaps end up sitting next to Davenport. I don't know. She's going to be at that show.
And Metallica?
I just want the show to be over so I can stop hearing the ads.
Yeah.
Just because it's so loud and jarring.
If only she wouldn't just, hold back every time we.
She doesn't have it in there.
What, May 9th? Is that when it?
First and 3rd.
Oh, I was way off.
AC/DC.
We're close.
You can register to win AC/DC tickets over at Bob's Stable.
That's exactly what it sounds like. It's like everybody's just normal sound, and then the ad comes on, and it's
Well, Bert.
I love Metallica.
I know.
Bert's install commercial was just like it.
Because it's making fun of it. That's exactly what it is.
I don't know. I think he's serious. I think he's really trying to sell those install tickets.
Bert's commercials are really, really funny.
Absolutely did it off of that commercial.
You think so?
Should we ask him?
Absolutely. Do y'all not? Bert is the smartest redneck on the planet.
Did you know they went to the zoo today?
Yes, I do know they
Why
went
did
to
they
the
go
zoo.
to the zoo? I thought it was a bar called the zoo.
No, they went to the Nashville Zoo. I saw them playing with the meerkats.
Yes, they went to talk to the zoo animals about who they thought the Titans should draft.
What a good idea. What did the zoo animals come up with?
I don't know. That you'll have to wait for their post to find out.
I've told y'all my favorite zoo element.
I thought they were going tomorrow, though.
Hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus?
Man, you can get down a rabbit hole, hippopotamus hole on the internet if you just start searching hippopotamus attacking things. Those things can move, man.
Yeah,
you wouldn't
that water.
You wouldn't think they could, but man,
the water. They get on down.
They're quick twitch in the water.
Yeah, out of water high.
Aren't they the one? I think they're the ones that kill the most people in Africa.
Yeah, this wild boys.
Because you don't realize either you get in between mama hippo and baby, like mama's in the water and baby's on land.
Yeah, that's right.
You gone.
See, you see them at the zoo and they just kind of meander through that water. They're just kind of.
No, man, they can move.
Yeah,
what's up?
Speedboat. Yeah,
I want you to.
For a big guy, they can move.
Yeah, they want you to underestimate them.
How would you?
But man, you get in the Amazon or something.
How would you describe them in draft terms? Hippo.
Quick twitch in the water, but you got to get them, in between the tackles or whatever. That's where the water is, and they can get to the second level really easy if they're trying to pave the way. And let's be honest, you really don't want to be blocked by a hippo. So
they'll level you if you're in front of them.
Who's the running back in this situation? Is it the gorilla?
Ooh. No, gorilla would play on the defensive line.
Oh, so hippo going after the gorilla.
Yeah.
Sit back on the edge, come out the edge a little bit.
Who's the running back in that
Hippo's
situation?
an edge guy.
A
How about Cheetah?
Cheetah?
Something fast?
Like a Jahmyr Gibbs?
Need a little power, though.
I feel like
Well, you got to do
a
you
cheetah.
gotta do a tandem.
I feel like a cheetah needs to be a wideout.
Wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Speed, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Running backs?
as I was saying.
That's a good one.
A rhino?
Nah, you too much power.
Yeah.
So the rhino's like the fridge.
It'll be old line, yeah.
You just put them on the off.
Put 'em in line.
You just put them in there
Yeah.
on goal line packages.
Yeah.
Heavy package.
Running back. Huh.
That's a good one.
Let me think about it.
Well, while you think about it, you can come in and register to win ACDC tickets. You can register to win Nashville SC against Chicago tickets. That game is April 26th on Saturday. Bob's got T-shirts while they last and koozies. It's funny because, like, Bob always ends up with T-shirts left because I think people don't think they can get them. Do you think that's what it is?
It's probably because Bob never stands over there. He stands over here listening to us
Bob
instead.
is bopping.
No, Bob likes
Bob's
it when
bopping.
we come. Bob likes it when we come to Twin Peaks. I'll tell you that.
Yes, indeed. He does. Yes, indeed, he does.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
All right, running back can be leopard.
Is that what people are saying?
Yeah, but it's still not powerful. That's,
No.
That's a slot guy.
Leopard is super powerful.
Pumas are too.
And like
Jaguars? You can put like all of them right there.
I'm really surprised. Like, usually this is something me and you would do. She did this.
Yeah, she's looking.
I know. This is what happens. I hit my head yesterday, and now I'm just a completely.
Mountain
now I
lion
just
is
don't
right.
care.
Did you guys pick out a quarterback yet?
What did
giraffe.
What did Kirby say?
Nah, giraffe would be a wide receiver.
Nah,
put him on the outside.
I'm with Slade.
No.
Giraffe could see the entire defense.
man.
Like,
They
everything anybody's
got
doing.
no arms. They can't throw a football.
Well, no animal can.
I said jaguar, but puma is just another name for a mountain lion.
You're trying to rationalize this.
A gorilla could throw a football.
No. That we don't need that kind of rational.
No, yeah,
That would be like
Will Levis.
That'd be like
would
Will
you
Levis.
have?
Yeah,
That's not what you want.
No, they throw poo.
I said
they throw
could.
poo.
They do.
Yeah.
Targeted too.
They throw other stuff, too. Join 104.5 The Zone for a live taping of The Install with Greg Cosell, hosted by Buck Rising at the Analog Hotel. Analog at the Hutton Hotel, on Friday, May 2nd. Be there live as Greg Cosell breaks down the Tennessee Titans 2025 draft, takes questions from the audience and more. Thanks to Two Rivers Ford, Hattie B's, Monkey Shoulder Scotch Whiskey. Well, there you go. And Wholesale Supply. Tickets on sale now starting at $30. To purchase tickets, visit 1045thezone.com.
We'll be in attendance. This will be, what is this, year 3 for that?
I saw that actually.
Year 3 for the install?
Yes.
Year 3.
Yep.
No, 3.
No, it's definitely 3.
First one was outran. The second one ran Kane. Yep. And then this will be good.
I think they're announcing a special something or other tomorrow.
I know
Yes.
they said something about that. You know who it is, though?
Bert said it was Amy Adams Trunk, but I think he was just pulling Buck's leg.
Absolutely not.
I don't know who it is.
You don't think
I know who it is.
You know who it is?
I do.
Wait, you don't think Amy Adams Strunk would want to be on stage in front of a bunch of people with Buck Rising asking her questions?
Yeah.
Well, you remember how
You could
Bert?
have stopped that sentence at on stage in front of a bunch
Right,
of people.
exactly. Yeah.
Then you add
On
Buck and it's a
record.
hell no.
On record about her draft pick.
So
Right.
remember when
You better
Bert,
off catching her at a tailgate before.
So-
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ain't
Bert
happening.
put the chef's hat under Rand's chair? What would he put under Amy's chair?
Nothing, because she ain't going to be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if she was there,
Yeah, her ilf is filth.
a microphone so she could finally talk to the fans.
Man, after the draft, she might be with a fifth at the corner store.
I'll be happy.
Hopefully she'll be happy that they might have found a franchise
Right.
quarterback.
I mean, everybody's happy after the draft. Every single person on every
Right.
single NFL team.
Never,
Oh, no, I wasn't too happy.
never
not talking about you.
once
I'm
do
talking
you
about-
walk out
yeah,
of a
everybody,
draft
yeah.
and say, "Oh man, we really screwed that up."
If you're associated with the team.
Right.
We will have plenty of thoughts and opinions. On Thursday, as we broadcast live from Nissan Stadium, and Friday, we may have another location.
Did you hear me say I knew who the guest was?
I did hear you say that. I
Okay.
wasn't going.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to poke a
I mean, I'm not gonna say, but I was just
Just a hint.
making
She's
sure.
got inside information.
It's a football guy
Oh,
Wow, really?
here in Tennessee.
Good to know. Good
Are
to
they
know.
from Tennessee?
dynamite drop in, Monty.
They from Tennessee?
Not from, but that's right. Do they currently work in Tennessee? Yes, they do.
Josh Heupel. You said they work at Tennessee.
What? In Tennessee. You know
You
that
said at Tennessee.
No, I said in.
Oh, I heard at.
Do you understand that Tennessee is a state and isn't just your school?
Maybe it's John Morant. Do you think it's John Morant?
Probably.
Go ask anybody in Knoxville.
He got to get ready for the next round.
God.
They play Friday, right?
Yeah, play Friday. Who else could it be? Anthony Hardaway?
Dallas.
Okay,
I'm staying in Memphis.
It's really obvious, but let's just move on. Come
Seth
on.
Hennigan.
Ramon Foster.
I love Ramon. That wouldn't be a big announcement, though, would it?
Mike Keith would be a good one.
He's not doing that with Buck either.
Is it Dawn?
Maybe
Oh,
it's-
maybe it
Is she the special guest?
That's right.
I would love for Dawn to.
Taylor Zarzar.
Oh.
Oh.
Traylon
Hurts?
Traylon only gonna do it.
Slay had a
do an
great
interview with me.
Slay had a great guess. Say it again.
Taylor Zarzar.
That's a great guess.
It is not accurate, but good job.
Oh, well.
Good job.
Thanks for shooting my little guess down there.
Hey, Zarzer will be at the draft party, I believe.
Oh, cool.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So
He told us he's moving to Nashville and
Yep.
that he hoped to be. When did we have him
I
on?
just hope
Was it just you
a
and
couple weeks
Moonshine
ago.
that day?
What?
Was it just you and Moonshine?
Mm-hmm. Couple
yeah,
weeks
it
ago.
was Monday. It was when I was in the hospital.
Last Monday.
Hey, is the guest Nico?
Yeah,
How about the hippopotamus at the zoo?
top notch right there.
It's a good get.
How long can the hippopotamus be out of the water? That's my question.
Probably as long as you want to.
I don't
You think
know.
so? He could go to the draft
You
party.
just got to get a little drink. That's all. As long as you get a little sip or something, all right.
Can you believe Isaiah Wilson was such a bust?
Yes. not like that, though. I don't think I could have dreamed of that.
I
Not
love how
like
you just
that.
went with that. Where did that come from?
Because we were talking about hippos and offensive linemen and defensive edge guys and
How long can they
big
stay
guys.
out of the water?
How long can they stay out of trouble?
Because he was on the boat, that's for sure. Tennessee adds another point guard in Troy Henderson. There's an anchorman on The Simpsons named Troy McClure. That's what I immediately thought of. Hello, I'm Troy McClure.
I know he's from Virginia. Not sure. about his
Richmond.
game.
Richmond.
Yeah, Richmond, Virginia.
3-star player. I know this. His team won.
Yeah, he did.
His team's record while he was there in Virginia, 104-6.
Got it. Yeah.
3-time state champion
Take that into account for something.
and a potential 4-year player.
You got to have core guys.
A lot of teams go without core guys, but
Yeah.
you know Rick likes to have core
Yeah,
guys.
you got to be able to plug. That's the way you're able to plug and play. You got core guys.
Didn't Rick Barnes say he was a really good passer? Did I read that today? Yeah,
Yes.
he's a pass-first point guard with a great deal of toughness. That was the quote from Rick Barnes today on Troy Henderson.
Troy Henderson. Our staff is excited for Troy and his family to join the Tennessee basketball program. He is a pass-first point guard with a great deal of toughness.
That's cool.
Toughness, both physically and mentally. Troy can really facilitate and is a 3-level scorer like Slay, with range on his jumper like Slay. He possesses a lot of the leadership qualities we look for in a point guard like Slay, which will help him at this level. Troy comes from a winning tradition in both high school and AAU ball like Slay, and has received excellent coaching throughout his life like Slay.
It's good, man.
Slay, you a point guard now?
I definitely handled the rock. Zephyr set up the offense.
I know you weren't born when he was playing, but
I was like 2. I was like 2. I was alive.
Good thing they got YouTube. They got games out there.
But my favorite part of Slay's game was when he would get the rebound and not even look for the outlet.
He would just take
My
it
man's
down?
going up the floor. You peace out? Is that what you're doing?
I'm gone.
He's going up the floor. Sometimes he would dish it. Other times he would just ram it on somebody's throat.
Yep.
Would you take it like I'm going to score, or would you like I'm going to score and then the pass was the second option?
It just depends what the defense did.
Majority of the time.
A lot of
You had
times
to,
they
like, guess
listen.
right.
A lot of times they got out of the way
I'm gone, yeah.
because Slay had like 80 feet to get going.
I'm out of there. Just depending.
You would like pound the ball into the floor too.
Yeah,
I mean, just boom, boom, boom.
That's what you got to do. You ought to get on down now.
It's like a slingshot
You got
action.
to pound the rock. Get on down now, man. Go on down there and handle the business. Right, back.
That's right.
When were you born?
That's how you get there.
01.
That's how you
Oh, you were alive.
I was like 2.
Yeah, he was a terrible 2. While you were rolling.
right about to go into the dark ages.
So I don't remember you playing, but
What if your parents?
Plenty of YouTube.
What if his parents
got
brought
plenty
him
of
to the game and they were sitting like behind the basket? And you
Is
accidentally.
he going to SEC? You going to SEC
Media Days?
Media Day with us? Didn't you go with us?
I went last year.
I'll make you watch some games then.
That's what's coming on in the Sprinter.
Yep. Old games to me.
Babs is going to fly.
No, Babs. We're kidnapping Babs. Straight out the station. Put her right in the
You're going to be abducted.
No, Babs.
All right. 615-737-1045 if you want in, at 3HL1045 on Twitter. More for Valdi next. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
All right, listen, we are prepping for greatness with the Zen Sports app. Yep, getting a major upgrade. They will be launching the new state-of-the-art VIP Play app later this month, actually here shortly. And you will be able to bet on more than 200 sports leagues, and you can parlay nearly every single bet offered, no questions asked, period. I'll have some special same-game parlays featured. Many more of your favorite sports talk show hosts here in Tennessee will also have their same-game parlays featured, and you want to get in on this, trust me. Head to zensports.com/VIP play. Learn more, and you can claim an early welcome bonus offer on VIP Play when it launches right here in our state later this month. Promo code for you, DAWNTN, DAWNTN, so that you can be one of the first to get in on this new state-of-the-art VIP Play app that is coming up here in a week or two. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. You got to be 21 and older and present in Tennessee to bet.
KELLUM Stem Cell Institute.com. Kellum Stem Cell Institute.com. What's happening, good people? Kellum Stem Cell Institute.com. Head over there and get that inflammation up out of your body. You probably like aches and pains. Yeah, I was just going to take a leave or Advil or something to get inflammation out of your body, but you're going to be doing it over and over and over and over and over again. That stuff, man, eats at you internally, and you already have the cure inside of you. All you got to do is harvest it. That's right, your body, your cells, your solution. Harvest your body's stem cells and store them for future and continued use. Now, these cells are your body's healing cells, harvested and redeployed based on your needs. Stem cells attack inflammation in the body, and we know that all autoimmune disorders are derived from inflammation, whether it's congestive heart failure, lung issues, arthritis, autism. Either one, it doesn't matter. 615-850-4415. That's the number you need to hit up. 615-850-4415. Talk to Dr. Kellum directly. Sit down with him. Only can do that at KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. We got some Preds fans in the building. Okay. Preds with their last game of the season tonight against the Dallas Stars, 7 o'clock.
Got to go out with a victory, man.
Over at Bridgestone Arena.
Babsy sent us something the other day with, who was it? George Kittle and Brock Purdy?
Oh, yeah, Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Purdy was hanging out.
They were acting like they were slamming beers. They didn't have beers. Like, it was almost like an air guitar. It was an air slamming of beers.
You don't come to the Preds games. That's how you know they ain't really from here.
Right. Like, if Taylor Lewan would have been with them.
Yeah, they'd put that on his head.
Okay, but also
Taylor Lewan's little girl
slammed her water.
Right, yeah.
Also, I don't think that they were there to be shown on the Jumbotron. They were just there to watch the game, and they happened to be shown
you gotta be prepared,
while they were there.
Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.
Yes.
When you're a celebrity
But
like
hey,
that,
Brock Purdy, welcome to town.
Yep.
We don't need you, but welcome to town.
Welcome to town.
I mean, he's better than anything in their quarterback room for sure, like times 100.
I know, until 8 days from now.
Oh.
And then we got the man.
Oh, you're all in now.
Hell yeah.
All he had to do was say that
anybody that can
Traylon Burks was the number 4 receiver in the NFL.
Anybody that can see what I see. And it ain't even about that. It's more so about him understanding that he's wide receiver too.
Hey, on a serious note.
On a serious tip.
What is it with Traylon Burks?
What you mean, what is it?
Like, why? Okay, because we had this conversation last year during camp, right? There's a difference between hurt and injured.
Yep.
We had to have this conversation with our kids as well. Like, there is a difference between hurt and injured. Mm-hmm. Does he know the difference at this point?
I don't know, but I do know one thing. When out there, he is something to marvel at.
When he's out there.
It's just got to be out there. Also,
the potential of what he could be is why you went all in on it.
And that's what had me leaning. But I was leaning in before he got to the Titans. Like,
is it just the injuries to where he just can't get out there and get rhythm? I mean, Will Levis never looked his way when he was out there.
Yeah, Will Levis never looked a lot of people's way.
I mean, that's fair.
Boyd was another Tyler Boyd was brought here to be like a security blanket.
He looked the way of the other team.
Like, it was like
I can't believe that Boyd was nothing last year. That was bizarre.
It was like at the end and it was almost like it was told to him, hey man, get Calvin Ridley 1,000 yards. I don't care what you got to do, throw him the ball.
Yeah.
Like, how many times you think he would have been looking deep to NWI?
Deep.
You know what I'm saying? It probably would have been open even more.
And we all know I love NWI.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, you do.
I mean, maybe he was saying something that we wasn't. So that's what I'm saying with a guy that's even if he's joking, all right, that's cool. But you understand what you're coming in to work with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta You got to know you're going to be quarterback one taken. Don't get familiar with what you got. You got to do something. Mm-hmm. You got much to work with. You might as well lean in on into it because you said already we got 1 year as a mulligan anyway. Just need to do okay so we can fill more holes for the next year.
So people want to come play here,
That's
too.
That's going to be the other part.
Because right now
we're not going off relationships.
There's zero free agent out there that would be willing to listen even to hey, there's no state income tax in Tennessee.
Yep.
I mean,
how much does Cam Ward the drafting of Cam Ward change that?
That's what made us think coming into last year when we started talking about the relationships with Rand, him being able to pull guys in, veteran guys that wanted to come play here. And they knew what the culture was, but to help change the culture.
I don't even think it's about the wins, but it's about what it looks like next year.
Yep, I agree.
What Cam Ward looks like.
Yep.
And I think that trajectory could be an absolute 180.
For sure.
No doubt.
That has nothing to do with wins. That has what does this dude look like? What does the future look like?
Yep.
Let me think about the big picture here.
If we can hold on to Big Jeff till we get to camp, you got something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you can, man. You got to be able to go out there and see him. Like he when he saw Will Levis, and Will Levis got in the game in that year one, it was like they did see something.
Mm-hmm.
But then after last year, I don't know what happened. That was just weird. That was weird.
What do y'all think about
some miscommunication somewhere? Either in the way he was listening or what? I don't know what it was.
I think it's a combination of a bunch of things.
Yeah,
I think it's a combination of poor offensive line. I think it's a combination of Brian Callahan getting his feet wet as a first-time play caller and head coach. I think it's a combination of Will Levis making bonehead decisions and then getting in his own head. I think it's a combination of I think it's all of it.
I'm with you.
What do y'all think about Travis Hunter demanding that he play both ways?
I love it.
I do too. That's leverage.
I won't play if you don't play me both ways.
Cool.
So the Giants came out today and said they'll play him both ways if he ends up there.
Guess what?
I mean, why not?
It's understood.
I want to know what he wants to do. Is it wide receiver? Because financially that would be the better move for him to be wide receiver. It's hard for me to imagine like if I'm thinking about a package, I think about DB with a wide receiver package more than I think about full-time wide receiver with a DB package. But maybe he's your dime guy. I don't know. But, like, how do you limit that and just put a package in for him as a defensive back?
Well, when you're as talented as he is and he's a Heisman Trophy winner, I think you find a way. Or you don't draft him. Because you know going into it, like, whether he's 2, 3, 4, like, he's going to be your first-round pick. The attention is going to be on a Heisman Trophy winner coming into your franchise.
Right.
You better find something to do with him. Don't take the job.
He is an athlete that we haven't seen since Dion, since his coach at Colorado. Lonzo on YouTube, y'all going to hate it when the Titans trade back and Will Levis is out there again next year.
No, Lonzo, get out of here.
And Lonzo,
Stop
I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it because we're going to watch this burn.
like the Zeppelin?
Yeah,
just in flames. All you see is a frame.
We'll be standing right there from the VIP Titans tailgate watching it. Come on over there and meet me 3 hours before each kickoff.
Boy, wouldn't that be something, though?
It's going to be something.
If it does happen that way.
It's going to be foolish.
I mean, I just feel like we kind of know how this is going to go. Now, pick number 3 might be interesting because, like, what if the Giants don't go Abdul Carter, despite, the cool little breakfast that he had with Dayball? But
you said Abdul Carter?
Yeah, because I think you know what 1 and 2 is going to be, but
I don't think you want Abdul Carter. I want to see.
So will they go Shedeur Sanders?
You got to be a bad man on film and in the interviews to go. Did he agree to have the surgery? Abdul Carter?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. So you got to be a bad man.
Are you talking about you're not talking about the shoulder?
Well, no,
he's got a shoulder and a foot, ankle.
Whatever it was they
situation.
found out with that he said he can continue to play with.
Yeah. I think, isn't it something he's had?
Yep,
he played prior to getting hurt with, and it wasn't a big deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
But to think that they're going to spend a pick that high, and
that's the concern. I hear Big Jeff when he says what he says and whatever else. I hear him, but I just look at it, if it were a healthy, maybe didn't just spend 1 year with his hand in the dirt, Abdul Carter, then I would hear it a little more clear.
You can have a chance.
If you know what I mean.
Has he been able to work out for anybody?
No. He has not worked out.
Just doing interviews.
So you're just drafting off tape.
Right.
And interviews.
Which is, which is fine.
Tape don't lie.
Tape don't lie. Eye in the sky don't lie.
Yeah, that's never will.
Yep.
Thursday edition coming up tomorrow. We've got Greg Cosell. He's going to break down some players. We haven't chosen which players yet, so we will do that after the show.
Where are we at tomorrow?
Studio.
With the world-famous Music Row. So we'll be at the studio tomorrow. Also coming up tomorrow, Big Savage, Ramon Foster.
And Greg Cosell.
Doesn't it always feel like it's Thursday? I feel like we do that show like 4 times a week with Greg Cosell and Savage.
No.
No
way we could do it with Cosell.
Don't.
We could do it with Savage. We couldn't do it with Cosell. You got to have some.
Oh, we'll have some stuff.
Okay.
I want to know what he thinks about. We asked Coach Mack about Jaden Higgins from Iowa State. I want to know what Greg thinks about him.
Higgins receiver?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Iowa State receiver. Scatabo, you want to ask about him?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very real possibility.
Yes.
If you
Once
think about
you
it.
started listening to Coach Mack talk about him too, because
and he's
look
more
what
of a
you have on
fifth-round
your
guy.
right, and look what third day guy is what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look what he has. I mean, look what you have on your roster at running back. Like, can he add to that? You know,
I know we
a
better
little
not
bit of a
miss.
different way.
We better not miss on
On what quarterback?
picks. Period. This
All
year.
of them.
Yeah, we got.
So
They all got a
we hit
hit.
last year.
100% success rate.
We had 100%
Okay,
100%
that-
last year.
that does not
outside
happen.
Of the hint. No,
Last year was good.
oh, are you talking about
Even
your
Harold was
first
seventh
couple
round
of
pick.
picks?
No, all of them. Even what's the name? That got hurt. The wide receiver got hurt towards the end of the season. From Lebanon, wasn't he from Lebanon?
Oh, that was 2 years ago.
Down.
Colton Dow.
Colton Down.
That was 2
So who
years
was
ago.
That's 2 years
Then
late.
last year, last year,
Jaquan Jackson.
Hey man, that man was up for Pro Bowl.
Yes, he was. He's
Can't
not
call
lying.
that not hitting, man.
He's not lying.
Can't call that not hitting. A rookie coming
You
in.
don't
up
you
for a
don't
Pro
know
Bowl.
what you have in Cedric Gray. I know he came back
Isn't
at
it
the
funny,
end of
though?
the season, but
Jaquan Jackson
there's still some questions.
Jaquan Jackson was up for the Pro Bowl for so deep into the season. Then he just disappeared off the list all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
he got on.
Yeah, because
Google
everybody
list.
finally was like, "What is going on?
Who
Why is he
Why
on
he
this
out here?
list?
Why is he on the list?"
Appreciate Bop out here. Kirby, as always. Kirby was locked into a discussion with a listener for like an hour?
That's the one that told Slay Hunter's Lane is coming for him.
Oh, that was the same guy?
Yep.
You ended up with a listener for like an hour over there talking about, it sounded like you were talking about politics.
Oh, no, we're just talking about weird stuff that happens to you in your life. But he's a longtime listener, has been hanging around and coming by. He just let his beard grow. I thought it was Grizzly Adams walking up there for a minute.
He let his beard
It was good
flow.
to see him come back.
Very true. So thank you, Kirby. Bop, great job. Zeph, good job. I guess that about does it for the Wednesday edition.
We're rocking and rolling.
Jackson, back at the studio. Thank you, buddy. All right, that does it for Wednesday. Wait, I did have something written down, but I'll get to it in a second. We really appreciate you guys including us in your day. We do not take that
Always.
for granted, nor do we take that lightly. Hope you have a great night. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you unless you were getting a shout out to our little nieces, Allie and Reagan. Allie is out here pitching games. First time she pitched 4 games, struck out 36 batters, faced 43, walked 5, hit 2, and don't crowd the plate. What's
Hit
up,
2.
man?
Don't crowd the plate.
Allie
Go
and Reagan
girls.
in Dixon. Also, 3HL bingo card. We found out about the Book of Slay today. Also, we found out that the car ain't got no roof.
It's
Again.
back.
Late.